Remember now, Mike.
Probably looking at you guys like, what the hell's going on?
Who are these guys?
Well, you got to remember now.
Like,
Mike,
who's taking over IFTV with tea and biscuits right now?
black tea as well, because there's no milk.
You
in
don't
this
have
place.
milk in the fridge.
No, I know we don't.
How do you make
It's like you
cappuccinos?
can't have tea
and
without-
lattes
Right now, we
You
usually
can't have
make
tea
up-
without milk.
Everyone has espresso. Everyone's looking at us now. They're like, "What is going on over here? Did Mike
Who are
get
these
kidnapped
people?
Yeah,
by a bunch of English
I
blokes?"
should have brought my signed Arsenal shirt and just hung it in the back.
Well, I was thinking about wearing a United top, but I was like, you know what? I'll come in peace. Brought the red wine and cannolis.
Oh, okay.
I don't
There
want to
we
get off to
go.
a bad start. So
I did, and I did not come in peace. I brought biscuits and tea.
if it wasn't so hot out there today, I got a decent little Man United jumper I was going to wear.
Ooh.
But then it's 26 degrees
Yeah.
in Celsius.
Well, you guys use Celsius over there,
Celsius,
right?
yeah,
They
not
use a
like
whole
Fahrenheit.
different.
It's like 75,
80 odd.
Celsius, I think you double in at 30 and you get approximate.
That's very loose.
All right, look, man. Like
Not
Celsius
numbers,
is
man.
0 is freezing, 100's boiling,
yeah,
and everything's in between. It's simple.
Every
Right,
Fahrenheit
it makes
is
sense.
1.8 Celsius, and you start at 32.
Sorry,
go
what
up.
now?
Exactly, I had to research that.
Got you. So, guys, we are here for the big match, I could say. Atalanta versus Manchester United, or Manchester United versus Atalanta. And we got two beautiful guests over here. First, I think you've seen Sam before. I think a repeat guest over here, Sam, an Arsenal fan, right?
I've been around. I've been around the block.
and of course, Paul over here, a big Man United fan.
Yeah, first time attendee as well to the IFTV setup.
What do you think about the setup? It's not too bad, right?
Oh, it's beautiful down here.
It's all about the people making.
Yeah, well, we've had the pizza. You know, we got a nice welcome from you guys, so
Okay,
can't
awesome.
complain so far.
It was good pizza.
We'll wait till kick off, and then we'll see
We'll wait
if
for
we're
pizza.
still as on such good terms.
But guys, tell us a couple sentences about yourself, who you support, who you are, what you do, so people can get a little bit more familiar with you, so we can crack the jokes early on over here, so we don't wait too long.
Sam, you first.
Oh, all right. Hey, everyone. Sam here. Arsenal fan for my sins.
Arsenal fan. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry about that, by the way. but-
Yeah, I know. It's tough. But then again, I was a season ticket holder during the Invincible season, and no one will ever take that away from me. So it doesn't matter how bad we are, I'll always have that season. I run OS New York City, in the heart of the city. You guys have probably seen it. The boys always are down there.
OS Studio is the best place to go over there. Just the vibe. Just forget about all the technology over there, which is incredible. All the computers, all the PlayStation, all the FIFA. It's
Freshly
an
built
incredible
bar
place.
as well.
Freshly
so you get
built
a bit of
bar.
refreshment.
It's
few pints.
amazing.
Come for a drink. And then I also am a producer. If you guys watched the Campobasso Underdogs episodes we did with the
That's
IFT
right.
guys, I produced and directed that. It was a lot of fun. So if you liked it, thank you. If you didn't like it, please don't tell me. It'll break my heart. But that's me in a nutshell.
Awesome. And
Me,
Paul.
God, yeah.
We
well,
getting some questions about comments about Paul about up the tags already.
yeah,
the hashtag,
Well, this is
let's
it. So yeah,
You
obviously.
gotta talk in the mic, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
It's
so,
alright.
so people can hear.
Paul Nash, former #United player from the early days. That's my only link.
What position?
Fullback.
Okay.
Left back, occasionally right back if there's some sort of injuries.
Okay.
My left foot is a bit of a swinger, so
How was
anyone
that?
that did watch that,
How was that
apologies.
overall? That whole experience? How was to the people that don't know about it, that haven't played it? I think it was just an incredible
that's it.
atmosphere
I mean,
altogether.
anyone that knows the whole Spen FC setup
Yeah.
may know that he started that just from a group of friends, essentially, all going to school together in Essex. And unbelievable experience, because most of us that played, having all been friends, had no idea the reach which that guy has. And some of the experiences, playing at Wembley, playing at the Emirates twice, did a US tour. So came over, Coca-Cola sponsored, and went to Atlanta and New York. Pretty big. Jimmy Conrad came on that as well. Mike
Big
LaBelle.
JC.
So there's a few
amazing.
people you may know from that. But those days behind me. Working insurance, which is not conductive to having an athletic lifestyle and body. So I've given in, all about the English biscuits, the tea now.
Okay. And a big Man U fan?
And a huge Man United fan, to be honest. That's
Awesome.
the one thing which gets me through the days over here, to be honest, is the fact that you have the Premier League games so early on and Champions League.
You prefer that?
Oh yeah, you can get the game out of the way nice and early, go and enjoy the rest of your day.
Or be pissed the rest of the day,
was
right?
about to
Well, yeah, we go on the positive side of things, but
Okay.
yeah, the one drawback, obviously, you can't go and see the games live. So
That's true.
Yeah.
I've forgotten what midweek games feel like.
Oh yeah, under the lights, Champions League were top notch.
A little bit different here, though, overall, right? The lifestyle and stuff. I mean, you guys still have your accent, so everyone knows that you're not from here.
Yeah, we're immigrants, we know.
Yeah, we stick out like sore thumbs.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's a cool. It's something. It's a story that you guys could
no,
say.
absolutely. I mean, people over
It's a
here are great. You know,
conversation
you
starter.
guys,
We always bust each other's chops, but it's all in good fun at the end of the day. And I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of jokes and banter this
lot
whole
of banter.
podcast.
busting chops, breaking balls. Mate. This is such an Italian show.
That's funny. But yeah, enough about us now. The game is gonna start in less than 5 minutes actually, and I just want to go through the lineups really quickly, and then maybe we can give a quick little prediction. You guys obviously watch the Prem more than me and Marco, of course. So I'm expecting you guys to rep them a little bit and teach us a little bit about the Prem in general also. So starting with Manchester United, they're playing a 4-2-3-1 formation. De Gea between the sticks, Van Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, and Luke Shaw for the defense. McTominay and Fred in front of the defense with Greenwood, Bruno, and Rashford behind the one and only Cristiano Ronaldo. First thoughts
Yeah, happy with that,
from
to be
you
honest.
as a Man U fan. What do you think?
I mean,
Any complaints?
it's basically as strong as you can go. With Varane injured, I think it's obvious that Victor was going to slot in next to Harry. De Gea in goal is obviously class. Fullbacks are top notch. Midfield gets a lot of criticism with Fred and McTominay, but to be honest, they've not really found a better solution for that yet. So I don't think there's any surprises there. Maybe the fact Pogba's not playing, but with Rashford coming back, I think he wants to try and use his pace to get at the Atalanta back line. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Interesting. Sam, anything?
I mean,
from you?
look, Man United. It's the story for those who aren't. Familiar with the Premier League, in my opinion, Man United have one of the best squads on paper. That starting lineup on paper should beat anyone in their group, but they just haven't been performing. And we'll get into it during the stream. Me and Nash have spoken a lot off camera about Solskjaer and whether he's the right manager. But if you just looked at these teams on paper, it's a no-brainer. And it's at home. You'd expect a 2-goal win. 2-0, 3-1. But Man United just been so hit and miss this season, been so all over the place, and most importantly, tactically, they have not managed games well.
Inept, I would say.
Inept's
Putting
a
it
good
kindly
word.
for Ole.
Yeah. So you'll see. I mean, look, if Atalanta get an early lead, I do not back Man. It's not the Man United of old. They don't know how to come back.
Wow.
It's not Fergie's Man United.
So, that's a bit.
I disagree. They don't know how to come back. If anything, we're so bad in the first half that all we know is how to come back.
True.
And I think essentially we play terribly first half. Everyone gets annoyed. Bruno probably goes in there, riles everyone up, does the manager's job, and then they come out flying second half. But at home, hopefully we don't have to put ourselves through the first 45 minutes of misery.
Wow. Okay. So it seems like you're more. I feel like I'm more optimistic for Manchester United than you are. At least you guys.
We're on a bad run. But,
Okay, that
I mean,
makes sense.
I'm also.
Pessimistic.
I'm expecting United to win. Looking at the Atalanta team, like Martin de Roon, right centre back, according to the lineup.
Yes, that's what it's looking
3
like.
in the back.
Yeah,
They played 3 at the back.
I wanna say the lineups real quickly because
Yeah,
Derun
go for
is playing it seems like a center back role. That looks like they're playing a 3-4, 1-2 formation, which is very strange because Derun, as far as I know, hasn't played in that position in maybe a year or two or something like that. But it's Palomino, Demiral, and Derun in that back line. Koopmeiners, Zabacosta, Freuler, and Mele in that midfield with Pasalic behind Luis Muriel and Ilicic and Juan Musso behind the sticks. Okay, so to be honest, that Derun playing center back scares me, and Zapata, who's not starting, also kind of scares me. So this could be a questionable game and questionable lineup for Atalanta. Let's see how they approach it, though.
Are you more worried about them defensively there or in offense, attacking?
To be honest, probably defensively, because I seen how Muriel and Ilicic play. I think I want to see the first 10-15 minutes is really going to say a lot in terms of what's going to happen. Because I was saying before the stream started that Atalanta is more of a team that plays up to their opponents. Especially this season, it seemed like they had a rocky start, but playing against Inter, playing against some other bigger teams in the league, they played extremely well. So I want to see if that continues, or I don't know if they'll get a little scared because they're playing, at Manchester United, such a
At Old Trafford,
team,
yeah.
At Old Trafford, Theater
Theatre of dreams.
Exactly,
yeah,
it's
baby.
such a tough place to play. But let's see. Let's see. I'm staying optimistic. But before the game starts, we got to throw in some early predictions. And hopefully, maybe one of us can get it right.
Who do you want to go first?
Whoever, between you guys. Pick
All right,
so.
I'm going to
Go
go
for
first
it.
because
Oh,
I think
boy.
despite that early maybe pessimism,
Okay.
3-1 United.
Wow.
So exactly what I said. 2 goals. It's going to be a 2-goal win.
2-goal win.
2 goals clear.
Okay.
Well, do you want 3-1? I can pick.
no.
I can pick. I can pick 8-0 if you want. to be
That is a
honest.
rogue. That's a rogue scoreline. You can
That's
take
funny.
3-1.
I'm putting that positive
Okay.
result out into the universe. I
Okay.
hope it comes in.
And now, if I think it's gonna be a tough game for Atalanta. I think there's gonna be goals, but I think it's gonna end 2-2.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Any late
All
drama or?
No, I don't think any late drama. I think Ronaldo's gonna have a frustrating night though.
Oh, that's a big claim.
Mate, he's used to.
He's used to
Serie
these
A.
teams.
He knows what he's doing.
He does know what he's doing.
Top
but-
scorer last
Look at
year,
baby
wasn't he?
face.
But yeah.
Outscored
Smile.
Lukaku.
Look at those eyes.
Oh,
You
yeah,
get
yeah.
lost in
You
Ollie's
have a-
eyes.
you have a point.
He's like a White Walker from Game of Thrones, with like the blues coming through.
An old man.
Yeah.
Baby face. I'll go 2-1 then. I'll change.
2-1?
So
You
that
gonna
we're all
change?
on different. I'll go 2-1
Okay.
Man United.
And the game is underway, guys.
We go. Going long straight away.
Let's see. Okay.
Awesome.
Wow. Okay, so we were talking a little bit about Manchester United before. You were saying you guys are a little bit on a rocky start, a little back and forth, not sure about the coach, not this, not that. He's a good guy, but you're not sure
Yeah.
about him as a coach,
I mean, I
right?
think there's a lot of factors. I think like,
Okay.
from the start of the season, you have the euphoria of Ronaldo, Varane, Sancho coming in. I think
Uh-huh.
it's any attempts to maintain that is going to be like very difficult for anybody. But unfortunately for United, I think, and this is where Solskjaer is maybe showing his inability,
Wow.
maybe as a top level coach.
Okay, that's fair. That's
to be able to find a solution for all these players. Like they don't really play as a team. They're definitely like showing more the individual brilliance they have, but not any sort of cohesion.
Okay. That makes sense. That,
Yeah,
and
that
you-
right?
That's a
No,
good
I
answer.
dunno.
Correct.
Too
I mean,
too good, if anything. No follow-up questions.
Yeah,
A plus.
I was about to play a little devil's advocate, but I feel
Yeah.
like you kind of hit the nail on the head for the most part. We also have a big Manchester United fan that we grew up with.
Okay.
And I feel like he's kind of sick with Ole. In the beginning, I think last year he was like he did amazing with what he had.
Yeah.
But he's not hitting.
He's
not,
steadied the ship.
There's a roof already.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's
You know?
it. It's been up and down. Like when he first came in, he was like great at steadying the ship from Mourinho. I think they were on like a 10-game sort of winning streak. Obviously
yeah.
beat PSG that like dramatic like
Oh, yeah,
penalty
that was
shootout.
huge, right?
But then they gave him the contract and went on like a 10-game losing streak. So it's sort of like feast or famine. He like
Ups and
he gets
downs,
these
right?
moments where everyone gets on his back and they manage to pull out some results. But
Yeah.
whether that's down to him or like the Bruno Fernandes effect when he first came in is yet to be decided.
Huh.
Well played, Rashford.
I'm also more of a realist as a United fan that.
Okay, that's
Um,
good. We always want level-headed.
I'm not gonna.
We have too many non-level-headed people
yeah,
on
like,
the stream.
you know,
so
we've got a
refreshing.
tough run of games coming
Italians,
up.
man. Come on.
Yeah, hot-headed, you lot.
Too
Yeah.
passionate. these
Too
guys,
passionate.
right?
No, what was that from
I don't
Wan-Bissaka?
know,
So
like,
lazy.
why don't you just take a step to the right?
I know. Wan-Bissaka's lazy. Wan-Bissaka, right, as a one-on-one defender is
He's
unbelievable. But you give him the ball and he's like championship,
No
League
good,
One
right?
standard.
There's so much potential in that player as well. That's the
Oh, yeah.
frustrating thing. Like,
100%.
I remember his first couple of games for Man United, and he was just like every tackle he made. There's just so much potential for him, but he's
Go on,
so
Scotty.
bad going forward.
Oh, he's
Oh,
off.
that's off.
Go
That's
on.
gotta be
He's
off,
definitely
right?
offside.
He missed.
What a miss!
Oh, he's definitely offside though, isn't
Rashi with a huge miss.
Come on, buddy.
he? Is he off? Oh, yeah. He
Yeah.
was. I mean, not
But
an
he didn't
excuse.
know
You got to
that.
bury that.
Yeah.
He's still got to
got
finish
better.
it.
But
Just
also,
for your
look,
confidence, if
Go on,
nothing else.
Scotty, through the middle. Oh,
That was
wait.
close,
No,
but
he's
look.
you can tell the line on the
Yeah, it
pitch.
is.
But you got to finish it anyway.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of holes on this defense.
Trouble in paradise
I'm
for Man
so
United
much-
I'm
over
surprised.
here.
I thought three at the back.
No,
he
it's
might
so
be a
much
little
space
bit,
wide,
bit
and
tighter.
the left and right. If you watch that back, the left and right centre back are getting split so much. It's leaving the guy in the middle on his own.
For sure.
It's
And
him.
for the people that are asking too, guys, we are watching on Paramount Plus, your place to watch everything Serie A, not just Serie A, Coppa Italia, and you got those European nights like the Champions League, the Europa League, the Conference League that we might see some teams fall to this
Yeah.
campaign. It's gonna be crazy. I feel like a new competition.
Oh,
I know.
For sure. But guys, ooh,
Next
Atalanta
season,
chance.
it's Arsenal's hope of making Europe.
But guys, we have the link, user link in the description for 7 days free trial. And yeah, guys, got it. It's great. We partner with them for the season. And so far, so good. We got both games on over here, so we're not going to miss any. We have the Juventus game, the Zenit Juventus game. And we got the Manchester United Atalanta game over here. So
yeah, that terrified me a little bit at the start because with the two screens, I thought it was all going to be United, and I was like, Jesus! I was like, Atalanta's team's really good. And that's Juventus's. I was like, whew! I was like, I didn't think Bonucci was there.
Atalanta seen by Italian fans how they're seen abroad, which is like underdogs that have made it with less spending and like people respect them for that reason.
But now people kind of dislike them because they're beating their teams and they're like, we have a bigger budget and they're doing better than us. So it turns of more of like almost of a hatred, almost I guess you could say jealousy in a sense. Like they're doing it with a fraction.
Their reputation in England is definitely like the underdog. So people like Atalanta because
like attacking football,
didn't spend much money. So they definitely have like a positive vibe amongst English people.
Does that come down like does their sort of go on,
Rashi.
Does their ascent to sort of like the upper echelons of the Serie A come down to their manager, or is that just like a good club structure in terms of how they're bought? And
you're saying for Atalanta's case?
Yeah,
I mean, Atalanta's case is very rare because at the end of the day, they have a world-class sporting directors, and they also have their youth is also extremely well. Yeah. So these guys sell their players for top dollar because they don't need to at the end of the day. And most of the players they get is they bring in for peanuts or they come from their youth. So the players that they sell, they make a complete profit from them. And then that's when they kind of, if they need to spend a little bit or get like a kind of better player, they still don't end up spending that much. Because at the end of the day, they're in Champions League. So, it's attracting those, maybe not top tier players, but a Champions League caliber player, which is great.
And it helps.
And they haven't sold their best players either the past year, which is great for their fans and for their project that they're building. I mean, so incredible stuff.
No one's buying Darun off you.
Well,
world-class
Middlesbrough reject, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is, but he under this tactics, on this philosophy, he's been like a bulldog. Whenever he doesn't play, Atalanta are a different team. They don't do so much of the dirty work. It's insane.
Yeah, you need that sort of player.
And he watches our streams and podcasts. He actually sent us that shirt signed the first. The first
time you tell me.
Now you gotta feel bad. He's gonna be watching this.
Dear Martin,
he's gonna send you a message afterwards, being like, "Did you say something about me?"
When Atalanta made Champions League for the first time in their history, he sent us that with the whole team signed their jersey.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying he's not a lovely bloke and top fella.
He's just saying.
But I'm just saying
he just played for Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, dearie me.
And also Gasperini, he's been known to be a very tough coach. Like you either like him or you don't.
Yeah.
So it's his way or the highway.
Well, what was the player again?
Papa
Gomez that went to Spain.
That was one of the big.
That was a huge story. I mean, they were even talking about that in England.
Is that something then that again, not to play down Atalanta, but is other big teams in Italy less likely to want to take Gasperini off them if they have a managerial opening? Are they like, oh, it's a bit too much hard work?
We actually that's actually a great point, Paul, because first of all, he actually coached at Inter and he didn't live up to the expectations, but this was before his success at Atalanta. Second of all, he's a king in Bergamo, in the city over there, so it's kind of hard for him to leave. Everything's going his way. He gets whatever he wants, and maybe he doesn't want he doesn't want to challenge, not saying not to challenge himself, but he's happy where he's at. Maybe he wants to build a bigger legacy. But there hasn't been any serious interest of taking him away. There's been questions from reporters, and he just nods them off and says, I'm happy over here.
Bats it away. Fair play to him.
Exactly. But in a sense, it's not like he's a younger guy either. He's more of an older coach, and maybe he's happy in his ways in that sense, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's a king. He's literally a king over there. The first time he made the Champions League, and he's done it consecutively.
Yeah, he's achieved unbelievable things. He deserves the respect he's getting.
Yeah.
There's also nothing more terrifying as we approach Halloween.
Chip him.
Go on, than Man United passing out from the back.
What a scuff.
Lindelof with a terrible pass to Maguire, you mean?
And guys,
more Maguire actually being a bit slow with it. But
I'll be updating you guys on the other results. Also, Chelsea are currently up against Malmo 1-0.
Who would have thought?
With Christensen. Christensen with a goal.
Christensen? That must have been a corner.
Villarreal up against Young Boys 1-0. young boys are.
I know. I agree.
We like young boys.
You're no stranger.
Yeah. That was one to forget, wasn't it? Who scored for Villarreal?
But you got I wouldn't say the last lap, but you beat them last time, right? Which you guys,
Villarreal,
was kind of insane because they played so well.
Well, Ronaldo, wasn't it?
I felt bad for Villarreal because they had so many chances they couldn't. De Gea had an incredible match.
I'd rather have the Europa League in the back pocket than just beat them in the Champions League group stage. So I think they're probably not too worried. Another problem with Ole, win something.
You just win something.
Yeah, just win something, man.
Here we go.
Go on, Greenie.
Let's see.
So.
Oh no. That's that deflection. Ooh, buddy.
Oh.
Not a bad opening.
Well, it's also nice to see Ronaldo go through the middle. The first 3 attacks, he was out wide left, and Rashi was going through the middle, including the offside one. So I was wondering if they'd swapped. But
well, the surprising thing with not having Pogba as well is like the first couple of games of the season, like Bruno would make a run in behind, and Pogba would just like first time flick it around the corner.
They have great chemistry.
And then
Pogba's passing.
But the problem is you don't want Pogba in the middle. Like you obviously want him in that sort of wider left position, less defensive responsibility.
So
but then since then,
go up a little bit higher, right?
Well, it's like we talked about. I genuinely think a 4-2-3-1, but the 3 being narrow, could really work because then you give Pogba that freedom to go out wide. But you just play them a little bit more narrow, and your fullback's got to play more aggressive.
Problem is Wan-Bissaka cannot cross.
No, I know.
Which you don't really need with Ronaldo in the middle.
Correct.
He just jumps at 10 feet and
then wins it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's just crazy that Pogba's on the bench.
Yeah.
It's like you got to find a way to get him in the
he's
team.
world class.
And I would drop Rashi as much as I love him being English.
Go on, Ronnie.
Ronaldo, his age.
Ref in the back. Oh, that's
a foul.
That's a.
That looked shoulder to shoulder to me.
Yeah, I think he just ran out of gas there, didn't
Look
he?
at that smile. Look at that smile.
He's like
he's just old.
30. I can't get him anymore.
He's just old.
So, Paul, when the rumors him leaving Juventus, going to Manchester United, I know there's a lot of players.
Manchester City first.
Especially Man. Yeah, that's true. Man City first, apparently, according to reports. There are a lot of Man U fans saying, we got a young team. We don't need an old guy. And then, out of nowhere, when Ronaldo looked like he was going to Man U, I feel like the narrative kind of flipped. What side were you on before and now afterwards? Your expectation-wise?
Well, the thing is, I actually had like zero expectation because, as Sam says, like all the reports of him going to Man City.
So you were just
so I was like texting friends, and like especially with the time difference, like to the US and like back home, it was like, I was like, gonna go Man City, and I went to bed that evening like, you know what, that sucks. And then woke up and it was like advanced talks with Ronaldo, and I was like, I couldn't believe. Well, the thing is, like, I don't necessarily agree that he was like a planned transfer.
Oh yeah,
like, I think it was reactionary to like he was available.
Yeah,
he was available, and look, just from a romantic point of view, I don't care. Like when he first signed it, if he didn't score all year, having Ronaldo back and in the jersey, like just from like a really romantic point, is just like having him there is amazing.
And nostalgic.
Yeah, and it's Ronaldo. Like the amount of times I go to games when I was younger and he'd be playing, it was just like he was is unbelievable. It was even more then as like a young winger.
Wow.
So yeah, so I didn't really mind. I'd have happily had him at any point in his, since he left.
It's the right thing.
Yeah.
Like we're all as a football fan, that's where, and if you can't be a self-respecting football fan and not want him at Man United, it's the romanticism of this game. It's like when Thierry Henry came back, useless and old and terrible, but he scored a goal against Leeds and it was just like a dream come true. It's like there was nowhere Ronaldo should have been in England except Man United. Like that's where he had to be.
Yeah.
It's like it
was like a fairy tale.
It was the right thing for this sport that he went to Manchester United.
And Manchester had been going crazy.
If he went to
ever since that transfer happened, so like, it's a no-brainer really from a United point of view. Especially like the don't get me wrong, his wages are astronomical, but the transfer fee was obviously reasonable.
What a ball!
Of course.
Come on,
it's Rashi again.
Astronomical. But I mean, if you want a Man City, would you have been as mad as
I mean, the thing is, I'm never going to be like annoyed at Ronaldo personally for him going there. Like I saw a lot on Twitter where people like them like United fan accounts like what a snake, all this stuff. It's like at the end of the day, like if he's going to leave Juventus and he's going to go somewhere, he wants to win stuff, and and
he wants to get paid, which narrows it down.
Yeah,
well,
exactly. The clubs that can afford him, he probably doesn't want to come to the MLS yet. I imagine he'll do that, when he's 40 or something, the way he's built. But like.
When he's with the Walker.
Yeah, I wouldn't have like held it against him if he had gone to City. He'd been disappointed because he's like such a legend. But he's so much of a legend that you wouldn't begrudge him it because
Wow, really?
Well, because other players
Okay.
have.
I respect that.
Schmeichel went to City. Andy Cole went to City. It's happened before where players haven't gone directly. He's like coming back at the end.
City.
He's different because
City.
he's like he's quality.
Why don't you guys
but-
pronounce the T?
City.
City.
It's because we're from.
City.
It's just because of where we're
Could
from.
be- could be
Why-
the
why
Queen's
But no,
English,
like,
man.
but Gary, remember
City.
Gary Neville's reaction in the tunnel when he met Peter Schmeichel?
Yeah, I'm not,
Like,
I'm not saying
that's
like
that's the right
I'm
reaction.
not saying the players weren't happy, but I couldn't have like just burnt like Ronaldo shirt and
No,
been,
I'm
oh,
not
he's
saying
dead
that.
to me.
But
No,
you
no,
must
yeah,
admit,
I know.
like,
yeah, he'd be disappointed.
You're
was so
reasonable. It was
disappointed.
reasonable at the end of the. You wouldn't. It wouldn't be the like. It happened. Whatever.
Yeah, you'd
Would
be
you have been more
disappointed.
mad if he rejected Man United?
Oh yeah, you'd
For-
be livid. Oh
There
yeah.
we go,
If
okay.
it was like contracts on the table,
Yeah,
Man
yeah,
City,
okay.
who are probably gonna pay you less than United as well because
Okay.
we're desperate.
That's a
and
better
then that,
question.
yeah. Oh, I'd be livid then. I'd be like, listen, Cristiano.
I mean, from a
Yeah,
storyline standpoint, for me, there was
Yeah.
only two things that would have been great. Going back to Man United, which he did,
Uh-huh.
and as much as I hate PSG,
Oh, yeah.
like watching him play with Messi would have been something. Like,
Oh, that would've been great.
like those are the two.
No.
Oh,
Oh, line up.
Atalanta! Mario Pasalic gets the goal against Manchester United, baby!
Mate, you're wild.
Let's go! Let's go!
Oh, look at all them
1-0.
happy. See, this
Theater
is
of
what I mean.
dreams, let's
We
go.
go one down and then we come back and win
Yes.
3-1.
I mean, we called it.
Oh.
Wow, I'm surprised. I didn't expect that. I did not expect that.
That's because you were so deep in the Ronaldo chat. I was hoping you might
minute.
miss it.
Wow.
15th minute.
That was incredible.
Jeez.
I mean, Lindelof does
Hold
the
on.
right.
Rudy out with
Lindelof
Hold
does
on.
the right
Ah,
thing,
well
but
on,
we're
isn't he?
sure. I'm sure.
Nah, he's
Is
on.
he on?
Yeah, he's on.
It's
That
He's,
was-
he's,
The ball's
he's,
going-
he's,
the ball's
yeah,
going-
yeah,
yeah.
He's slightly behind the ball.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But sure, where's he gone?
What a willy.
Zappa Costa with a nice send.
Scotty.
That defense by you guys, though.
Yeah, it's weak.
That was poor fullback.
Zappacosta as well. Chelsea
That came out
reject.
of nowhere, though, boys.
Does Zappacosta watch this show? Can I say bad things about him?
Not that I know.
I need to be
of.
careful now. I didn't realise you guys are so well connected.
They're
You
very
thought I was-
very
you thought I
popular.
was kidding, right?
They're
when I
very
said that?
popular.
yeah.
Ronaldo looks happy.
Paul's
Mate.
like, yeah, everyone's a good player. Everyone's good. I don't even.
Come in peace.
See, that's the real question. We know how fans feel about it,
Yeah.
but how does Ronaldo feel about going to Man United? Do you think he regrets it?
Yeah, a little bit.
do you think he's at the point where he's like, I'm not gonna win anything here?
I mean, I think his missus will regret it when she realises how cold and wet Manchester is. And she can't work on her tan doing like selfies in the garden. But yeah, I think Ronaldo's going to get frustrated. I don't think he'll regret it. There was that game when he came off like, was it Villa they lost? And he was like muttering as he went down the tunnel.
Yeah.
A lot get made out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think, again, this comes down to like Solskjaer's ability to tactically take them to the next level, which
I
he is
got you.
lacking.
But here we go.
Oh,
Here we
that
go.
pass.
We said that they'd go behind.
Yeah, there's going to be 10 minutes of like, they won't
Just
be able to pass the
one-sided
ball 10
football now.
yards.
And then that's when they start improving.
Well, they have to wait till half time. Bruno,
Oh, yeah.
Bruno has to do his halftime team talk
I
first.
like how you have everything all ready. By
Like-
the 48th minute, we're gonna start seeing some lateral passes.
Oh yeah,
And then he'll make a couple of subs in the 85th minute that he should have done 20 minutes
Yeah,
earlier.
Wow.
That'll happen too.
Oh,
That's
damn
funny.
it!
Wow.
Look
that
at
great-
him as well. Get out on the.
Yeah, do you like that? See, that's another. A lot of people criticize him because he's not vocal and he just sulks there in the sea. But to be honest,
Get the hell up, man.
wait, does it bother you that much?
I think it's
Or
a
that
case
just-
of like.
it shows he doesn't care almost.
I think it wouldn't matter if it was a team. Say if Man United were dominating,
Yeah.
like in the same way like a Man City or Liverpool do, and you
Yes.
went behind. All right, I don't think Pep or Klopp have to get up and give it read the right act because I think they know what they're doing. It's just they'll come back. But I think for United, they don't really have that, and they're a bit clueless. And I think actually you do need a manager who's going to almost bark instructions
what a
at them.
turn.
Okay.
That's got to be a foul.
But yeah, Scotty.
I agree. Look, I wouldn't have a problem if it wasn't every time. That's the thing. It's like,
Yeah.
you're right. These are professional athletes that know what the job is
Yeah.
and they know what needs to get
For
done.
sure.
And sometimes saying nothing is more powerful than saying something.
Yeah.
But he's never vocal. There's
Yeah.
a time and a place for it. And
I mean, Ancelotti at the end of the day, he's not.
Yeah, but he gives you the eyebrow, doesn't he? He's like,
He
gives you
does. He
the-
does. He,
I-
gives you, he gives you.
I can't even do it. It gets that high.
very high.
That's true. Yeah.
And
I love
like-
Ancelotti though. He'd be a good manager. I would rate to come in. Not that he's going to leave
Ooh.
Real, obviously, but
I
Yeah.
mean, where's the what does this leave the table looking like?
oh, United.
Oh, you're
Stage?
looking already. Oh,
Mate,
Sam's
get
getting
out of
antsy over there, dude. It's only not even 20 minutes in.
No,
That's the Arsenal nature to him.
Yeah, I mean, I've forgotten what Champions League tables look like.
not-
Is there
not
4
good at the
people?
moment.
5 teams in there? I
That's
forgot
funny.
what the Champions League's even like.
it's
Uh-oh.
even like. Do they play home and
It's
away?
It's
How
been
does
so
it
long.
work?
It's been. Where are they? Are they in Moscow?
That's
Oh
great.
man.
Wow, but that's a definitely welcoming opening goal. For sure. Oh,
See,
look
yeah, Miles.
outside.
Miles on.
Oh yeah, it was good. He was
Problem for both the United's fullbacks as well. And Wan-Bissaka's sort of always been like this.
he's hot and cold, that guy, right?
His ability and like when crosses, not that that one did, but like when they come over, like he tucks in way too like tight, or he doesn't like follow a runner that ends up on the back of like the centre back. So that one maybe came off like McTominay, but
yeah.
they don't really follow them. And I think Shaw, to be honest, after a traumatic end to the Euros, which we won't talk about, I think him and Maguire have got a little bit of a hangover from that. Neither have looked too assured. Oh, Lukey, go on.
I mean, it doesn't look great.
Yeah, we won't look at that. Yeah.
It doesn't.
We've still got
so
70
early.
minutes
No,
to
it's
play.
way too
I know. I'm just
Right.
saying.
You did
I
that.
bet-
you did that on bust his chops, right?
Doesn't look
Sam?
great.
I
No,
bet
doesn't
United
look
will
great.
have 6 points
No,
to
I'll
be
do it.
controversial by the end of this 90 minutes.
Oh, that's a
Go on, Ronnie.
big claim. Big
Oh.
claim. Oh, leave
Bang
it.
it, Freddie!
Yeah, what a save!
No, come on.
Wamuso, there we go.
Mate, if Fred scores, by the way, it counts as 2. So, joke's on you guys.
It's in the UEFA rulebook, so it's already
That's a
confirmed.
3-point.
yeah,
attempt.
that.
You automatically win. You win the game.
That's great.
Wow, that was a tough one.
All right,
Yeah.
good
Good
save.
save.
Yeah,
Solid
Good
save. He
save.
did what he needed to do.
you'd have saved that one, yeah?
Thanks, mate.
7 aside. Bang.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it's straight at him.
In other news, Chelsea are up 2-0 now
Oui.
against the Swedish champs,
Malmo.
the boys from IKEA. Yeah, a Jorginho penalty.
Of
Classic.
course, he
Classic
doesn't miss.
Jorginho.
He does against Pickford, not that it
He
matters.
does against England.
How did, yeah, won't
Come
go
on,
there.
why did you bring it up? Why did we go there?
Reflex.
With 20 minutes.
Oh, go on. Oh.
We lasted 20 minutes without talking about it.
I think it's gonna be much more. The comments are going crazy. They're saying, "Mike, say something about it."
Yeah.
Guys, I'm trying to keep it.
Shut down the comments. We need a good moderator here.
If you want to finish the stream on your own, by all means, bring up the Euros.
Guys, if the stream ends abruptly,
Just
call the cops.
pour the tea over the laptop.
I'm actually going to pull up the stream and read these comments.
Zenit and Juve over here. It looks like the Shidley went down. Looks like he's grabbing his nose.
Oh, no, it's the ankle.
Oh, yeah.
Oof, that's tough. I mean, they've upgraded. They went from Marco to Peter Schmeichel for this coverage.
They want someone that knows what he's talking about.
So for the new guys,
Schmeichel knows Italian football inside out, whereas Marco questionable.
Marco knows nothing about Italian football.
Doesn't know his arse from his elbow.
so the people that are coming in, people are saying,
Bang it.
Mike, what? Oh no!
Oh, good defending.
Oh, boy.
Fair play.
Defend him
They're
with
getting
5
it-
at the back. you
They're getting
never-
in front of it. I mean, why wouldn't you? 1-0 up away at Man United. Playing 3 at the back, just pull your fullbacks back and you're fine.
Stefano just came in the chat. He said, "Mike, who the hell are these guys?" So I just went to the local
Fair.
pub, and these guys had a funny accent. So I was like, "You guys
That's
know anything
it.
about football?"
So I
Couple of British guys picked him off the street.
I don't know how much. I don't know how much you guys know about New York, but there aren't many Italians left here. So he started trying to find English people instead. So we're taking over slowly.
The studio first, right? The takeover. But
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone was busy, weren't they, for this one?
yeah.
Oh my
But guys,
days.
yeah, for the new ones, we got Paul over here, big Manchester United fan, and Sam, a big Arsenal fan. As you can tell from their accents, they are from England.
They're not
and
from
that's
around
why-
here. They're not from Bay Ridge.
They are from here.
As far away from Bay Ridge as possible, to be honest.
Go on, overlap.
Go on,
overlap,
Aaron, get
overlap,
round
overlap.
him. Oh, he's so lazy. Go on.
Oh, what a terrible. You're not right.
Seconds.
You're not wrong. He cannot cross the ball.
Oh, not even a corner.
He
Wonderful.
cannot cross the ball. So bad.
He means well, but he's just
He means
not.
well. I love that.
That was a nice way of saying it.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
I don't want to hear about this. Okay, his hand
This
was
is where we
stuck.
need
Let's go.
Slabhead coming in.
Oosh. Big Harry.
Long
Just
throw,
like the
crossing.
Euros. Lead by example.
Benfica is actually holding Bayern Munich still 25 minutes in, have not conceded.
Benfica aren't
Not
a bad
bad.
team, man.
They
They've
got
one
a
of the
Greek goalkeeper also. You know.
God, the Greeks.
Wink, wink.
The Greeks. They're one of the
Are they
best
any
youth
good?
systems in the world.
Who?
Like Benfica. The amount of
they're
talent they
great.
churn
No,
out.
They're great.
No,
I
they
mean,
are a
didn't
solid team.
Didn't they sell someone Premier League club for like 80 mil or a defender or something? Or
They had-
no. What the
They
hell
had
am I
Diaz,
thinking?
didn't they?
Oh,
Yeah,
Porto,
and then,
not Benfica.
Ruben
I was
Diaz
thinking
they sold.
Porto. Wasn't Otamendi
They
came
ha-
from Porto or something and they sold?
No, he went there from Valencia. They had Edison, who went to Man City.
Oh, Ederson.
They had
yes,
they
yes.
had Di Maria back in the day. I think Matic went there, but after he'd already been at Chelsea.
No, they got some great players for sure.
Who else do they have? Oh, go on.
I mean, look,
Put it
back in the day when we were in the Champions League, I never wanted to see Benfica in our group. Like when you look at you look at like top tier and second tier,
100%.
when you're looking at like the Zenits, no offense, the Zenits of the world or the Wolfsburgs of the world, you would rather them any day over Benfica.
For sure.
Any
Because those they upset a lot more than they're a tough team. They're no walk in the park at all.
I mean, Barcelona are in trouble in that group because they lost 3-0 to Bayern and Benfica. So.
Yeah. That was Benfica absolutely annihilated them.
Yeah.
That was insane.
With that Greek goalkeeper being the difference.
I found out, Vlaco Dimos for Benfica, yeah.
Okay.
There's actually a Greek goalkeeper for Sheriff, actually, who they beat Real Madrid. Which was kind of insane. He was
Shakhtar as well,
and that guy never got called up to the national team, which is insane. And I don't know where they found out.
Good block.
But that's what the Champions League's all about, though. Finding out these new stars, right?
Yeah.
Exciting games.
That's it.
Juve up top.
It'd be quite nice if Atalanta actually tried to press United again. Sitting back, United can't break people down.
I mean, you can't blame
No,
them.
I'm not saying they should.
No,
I'm just saying that like United are terrible
Chiesa
at breaking
so
people
good.
down.
Let's see, though. Man, you definitely got the ball a lot more.
Yeah.
A lot more. But,
Ole ball in its finest, mate.
What?
Ole ball at its finest.
High possession, lower
Solskjaer
shots on goal.
mindset of footbole.
Just keep possession. Just keep possession.
Ole ball, right?
Ole ball.
Ole ball.
Not like the good Ole either. It's like Ole.
Ole.
You just shout Ole every time he makes an 85th minute sub.
Well, as I said, they're just waiting to get to half time. So like, look, if we can just knock it around the back a little bit, that'd be great.
So, Paul, how much time do you think Ole has left? Compared to he has a tough schedule coming up. A little.
I'd be surprised.
The fans are
if,
split with him, I think, right?
Well, United, fans definitely are sort of getting to the point where. Oh, sorry, I see that shot from Ronaldo. Like, is he gonna take them on to the next level?
Yeah.
Fans don't not like Ole. Like people still like sing his name at the games.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that people are turning on him the same way maybe like Moyes and Van Gaal and Mourinho were. He still has a lot of goodwill, obviously because of the player he was.
Okay.
And I think essentially because he's steadied the ship so much after Mourinho, he'll get a lot of time from the like Ed Woodward and the owners. So I don't think he's at risk of like getting sacked during the season unless something goes catastrophically wrong. You know, they're like languishing in the bottom half. I think they'll give him a fair crack at it. And also, we were talking beforehand, who are they going to replace him with?
Yeah, there are many options right now.
I mean, there isn't a few, but Antonio Conte comes to mind. Is that someone, like you've seen him at Chelsea, right? You heard of him at Juve, at Inter.
Yeah.
First thoughts about him. Just what he did with Chelsea, too.
Well, I think he's a great manager, but I think he maybe seems to have that more divisive character. Like, and I think like United, as from what they've had previously, want to move away from that, which is why I think they're giving Solskjaer so much time because he's just like a bit of a cheerleader more so, and like he's not going to rock the boat.
More of a yes man.
Yeah,
play through.
Oh, great
come
interception.
on, Bruno.
There we go.
Weak pass. Yeah, so I don't think he's in any immediate danger of getting sacked this year. But I think
so you would not take him for Conte, right?
I like Conte a lot, I think if you were just going to do it in like a FIFA football manager type way with like you want the best person in there, Conte is better. But if I think of do United look like they want that type of manager, like that personality, then I don't think they do.
No, especially because first of all, he demands a lot financially. Second of all, he demands a lot on his players. So would a player like Ronaldo fit his system? I don't think it would.
And he'll demand Victor Moses at right back, and he'll pick up all them old players.
And
Ashley
he's
Young
going to
will
demand a
probably come
3-man
back.
line.
Yeah.
And not a lot of rotation unless there's a lot of depth on the bench. And for the longevity side, he's not usually there for the long run. And in Europe, he's not really proven either.
Yeah, we'll take Gasperini. He's doing a good job, isn't he?
Yeah, that's
just
true.
half time, we'll just switch the dressing room.
What is going on? What is going on?
You've woken up.
Oh my God, that came out of the blue.
Oh, dear me.
Wow. Guys, this is happening in the theater of dreams. This is a dream for Atalanta right now. I'm speechless. I was scared for Atalanta. I was thinking a draw. Best case scenario, but they're up 2-0, 30 minutes in. I know you guys are speechless, but I am so hyped right now. This is incredible corner.
Slab
it. Bad defense.
Again, what is he doing?
Demiral.
Oh my God, what are you
Mate,
doing?
The man from
He's trying to
Turkey
slap
with
him
the-
in the face.
With the incredible
Who
header.
is? He's trying to slap him in the face.
Wow, De Gea could not do anything about that.
Maguire was marking the same guy as Wan-Bissaka and then realised he's got the wrong man. It's like, what an idiot.
Wow.
Poor form.
Eesh.
Guys, I thought I'd be the quiet one and you guys would be the crazy one, but I feel like the tables have
Mate,
turned.
we'll get them, beers open in a minute.
I'm
Make
not a
it
Man
more
United
enjoyable.
fan. I'm the neutral here.
Are you the
I'm a
neutral? I
here.
feel like you were
I
going
like-
a little bit more.
No, the reason I'll support Man United is because they have English national team players.
Okay,
Luke
that's
Shaw,
fair.
Rashi.
Go on, Lukey.
I want them to do well because they deserve it.
Okay.
I'm an Arsenal fan, man. Man United were our biggest rival when I was growing
We
up.
should switch to like the Bayern Munich game or something.
Yeah. Let's watch Juve. let's just make this a Juve stream.
In honour of Marco.
I'll support Zenit. They're doing better.
But are you guys? I know a lot of Italians in Italy, at least, don't support the other Italian teams in Europe. How is it? How's the mentality in the UK?
I don't want Liverpool and I don't want City to win it.
It's a similar one. Look,
How
it's
about Arsenal? Say Arsenal's in it. Let's say Arsenal's in channel. What do you?
I'd rather them than City
us in
and
the
Liverpool.
Champions League final.
Really?
What life are you living right here?
When
No,
Tottenham,
fine. No, just saying like in the group stage, like, oh, that's nice that they won, or like, oh, I hope they lose.
if it's
you know
like
what I'm saying?
when it was Tottenham Liverpool in the final, I wanted Tottenham. Whereas I'm sure
Yeah,
Sam
but
was
that's
different.
up to-
You
I
want
wanted Liverpool.
Yeah.
Look, it's a
No.
fair. I'll give this a go. It's a fair question. It's like it is good for the English game
Exactly,
if
that's what
English
I mean.
teams win.
Exactly.
So the logical part of me will always support an English club because it's better for our league, better for our national team if our clubs do better. So yeah, logically. But it's really hard to fucking support Man United. Apologies.
Yeah.
It is, as an Arsenal fan, grown up in like the Vieira-Keane rivalry days, the Wenger, Fergie days, it's really hard to support Man United at any moment.
Wow.
But, I mean, look, they've got Maguire, Luke Shaw, Rashi. I mean, what, 3 England starters in your starting lineup right now? So obviously, the better they do at club level, the better it is for us as a country.
But a lot of people don't see in that way. They
I-
just say,
Yeah, that's the
"Oh,
logical way.
Yeah,
And sport isn't logical.
Yeah.
To partly agree with that, I would say I want them to do really well in terms of getting to the final and semi-final, but I don't really want them to win it because at the end of the day, when you're fans, all you do is like, oh, how many Champions Leagues have you got? How many league titles? It comes down to what you've won. Whereas if you like get to the final and like maybe like say 3 English teams get to the semi-final and 1 Italian.
Okay.
When it gets to the final, if it's not Man United, I'll be like, oh, sort of don't want the others to win it. Because then from a rivalry standpoint, you're like chatting to your mate and he's just banging on
But
about
you
it.
won't hear the end of it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they'll chant it at the games the next
Which is
season.
why I'm glad like Arsenal
Okay.
never happens. So it's fine. That's why we can be friends.
I'm saying the Conference League or whatever we're calling it.
Yeah, the Conference League.
Yeah, that's our future. We'll
Wait.
win it next year.
Well,
We'll make it in and we'll win it next year.
After
Conference
Tottenham
League
win it this
champ,
year.
baby.
Yeah, Tottenham are never winning anything. Come on. That's my favourite thing in English football is the fact that Tottenham have gone so long without winning anything.
Wow. Were you scared when Mourinho went there that he was gonna do something or like
No.
still
No,
nothing?
he couldn't do anything at United. He's not going to do
That's
anything
true.
at Tottenham.
How do you feel about him?
I can't stand Mourinho.
Why?
He's just so moany.
He's a
You've got
toxic.
such a good life, and he like tactically,
Such a good life.
tactically as a manager, he's great, right? You know, he
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
what he's talking about. Overly defensive, fair enough.
Yeah.
But you know that with him.
Yeah.
But he's just so moody and moany,
Yeah,
and
he is.
digs in at the players when I don't think they necessarily deserve it. And I was glad he went. Yeah, he's like
Wow,
got that
okay.
arrogance.
That's fair.
I was surprised he went to Roma.
I think we were all surprised. I think he was surprised he went to Rome.
Yeah.
And
The
that came out of
only
nowhere.
club that wants him anymore.
The thing is, there was not a single report, and it just came. We saw from Roma's official account, Mourinho signed, and we're like, wait, what? We thought it was like hacked or
Yeah.
something. We couldn't believe it. But he does bring a lot of drama and does bring excitement to wherever he goes. Which
Yeah,
is
he's good for like the press that they get to like have all these like sound bites from him. But if you're a Roma fan, you're probably now like enjoying having him because
Yeah.
it's still early.
Yeah.
But by next season or the season after, you're going to be like, oh,
That
You think
is
so?
that is a character
Get
that
out.
only works if you're winning.
yeah.
That makes sense.
That personality,
That makes
that
sense.
character, that approach only works if you're winning. Like it, and that's why he did so well at Chelsea.
Speaking of coaches, Musa, great.
Good
clearance.
keeping. Good
In
keeping.
the topic of coaching, is Pep overrated?
No.
Why?
Okay, so we
He
talked
spent
about
how,
this.
How many billions did he
No,
spend? He hasn't won a
alright,
Champions League.
All right, no.
Hey, say what? Did I hit a nerve or something?
We
Yes
talked.
or
We
no?
talked about this on the way here.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I'll let Nash go
I love
first.
I love Pep
I love
from
Pep.
like a footballing point of view. Again, take away like
You
whatever
love
team
him
he's
because he's
at.
not spending your money.
Yeah, true. no, but
He's not spending Man City fans' money either. That's all. That's not their money.
True. That's true.
because I
You're
think
right.
if you had the opportunity to go for dinner, like say you're like a manager and say Pep was there, and you were
Okay.
like, all right, and you got talking to him about football,
Yeah.
I think he'd blow your mind how he thinks about it, and like yeah, he spent a lot of money not winning the Champions League, which I'm glad of because I don't want City winning it, but I think like what he actually does and the way he gets teams playing is like phenomenal. And I think when say in 50 years, people look back at like old managers and like the impact they've had. So say like Cruyff or something, like
Okay.
the impact he had on Barcelona.
Yeah.
I think you'll look back and have the same impact about Guardiola, like how he changed.
Now the only difference is he spends a boatload of money though.
Yeah.
How much did he spend on Ederson? How much did he spend on Otamendi? I mean, I can keep going.
I mean,
don't
okay.
know.
So if I
that
may,
insane?
it's a completely reasonable argument, right?
Yeah.
One of the counter arguments is what he has done with young English talent coming through Man City. Like what he has turned Foden into is unbelievable, and I don't think many
Iniesta
managers could
reborn.
have done that. Foden is the future of English football, and I say that with a little bit of difficulty because I'm not his
Okay.
biggest fan.
Yeah, okay.
But that's Pep. Like, and you watch the interviews of Pep talking about Foden and like his growth. Like, there is no doubt that Pep has created superstars as well as bought superstars. You can definitely say he spends money, but no one can argue that at his clubs he didn't create superstars as well. Like, he is a very
Okay.
good manager. And there are some young players that have come through Man City that are like very impressive what he's done.
Okay, I
with
get
them.
what you're saying in terms of creating the talent and stuff. But then, say, how long has he been there? 3-4 years, maybe?
More than that. He's doing that 5 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible. First of all, he spent a crazy amount of money. Second of all, another coach we can say is Tuchel, someone that came.
Shoot!
Oh no,
Oh, you
What are you
idiot.
doing, man?
is that a throw in?
Nah, it's
goal
a
kick.
goal kick. He's looking for a
Um,
pen.
Yeah, as usual, right?
VAR, mate.
But someone like Tuchel, he comes in, he doesn't, he came in the
Chelsea
middle
spend
of
a
it.
lot of money though.
They
He didn't
but it
personally
wasn't
because he
his
came halfway.
players though. You
Yeah,
know what
but
I'm saying?
like, but they're still.
So what's the argument there? Pep had so much time, he had all the resources, and he hasn't won a Champions League. Isn't that unacceptable though? Isn't that unacceptable? For being,
mean,
you can't say, oh,
Yeah.
he's only there for 2 years.
at the
Dude, he's
le-
been there almost 5 years.
Yeah, I
the
mean-
fact that he hasn't won in Europe is
Does that leave a stain
Yeah,
in his
100%.
legacy?
100%.
At the very top level that he is like one of the world's greatest. Yeah, that's the yardstick he's going to get measured by. So fair enough.
Yeah, of
Not
course.
winning the Champions League is like, say, a black mark against him.
Yeah.
But I think equally the Champions League is ridiculously hard to win. I know
100%.
Zidane did it like 4 times.
Yeah, which is
crazy.
I don't know how that happens.
But, like, yeah.
Zizou's
And I
He's a
and I,
different kind.
I don't know if I'm just mad, but I don't even rate Zidane as a manager. To the level
Okay.
to the level that I
I
rate
think
those managers.
I get what you're saying.
Oh, go on.
Is he on?
Oh, just shoot you.
I think Zidane is better at managing the big egos in the locker
Yeah.
room rather than the tactics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he demands that respect
Oh,
just
yeah.
because who he is.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying I don't like Zidane.
Yeah.
But I just think that top level.
Well, what define like it's? I mean, you could argue about this a million ways. What defines a good manager? Is a good
That's
manager?
true. There's a lot of things.
Is a good manager someone that gets something out of nothing, right? Which is
Yeah,
like
like
what
Gasperini.
what a lot of people define them by now.
That's
Because
true.
everyone's argument when they have a good manager at a wealthy club is, well, could he do it somewhere else? Which means are we now
100%.
defining managers by getting something out of nothing, like Gasperini, who's
or
done an amazing
Mourinho,
job.
what he did at Porto.
But Mourinho
yeah.
at Porto, great examples, right?
exactly.
And I'd argue for a very long time, and I'm biased, but Wenger got a lot out of very little. Like Wenger
Yeah.
was famous for spending little, building talent, and winning
Yeah.
a couple of leagues, a lot of FA Cups. Is that it, or is it just pure winning? And who cares?
No,
Like
yeah, you have
a
a point.
manager's role in modern day football is spending money. Right?
No,
Otherwise, you're a
100%,
coach.
100%.
Otherwise, you're a coach. So
100%.
my argument would be: is Pep Guardiola a great manager? He spends $1 billion, yeah, but he gets really good. Like, isn't that like if it's not our money? Like, my point is that's part of the modern game. That is part of a manager's job now to spend money the correct
Yeah.
way. And I'm just thinking, like, if you're winning, like they've dominated. They've played so well, in my opinion,
English
the best league,
football, yeah.
in the best league, in the
Okay.
most competitive league in the world
Okay.
right now. They have continually been there or up there for all of his period. Now, is the Champions League a stain? 100%. I won't ever disagree with that. Like, they should have won a Champions League.
Couple
And
times.
it's like the same argument we're going to make about Paris Saint-Germain, right? They spend all this money year in, year out, and then they dominate a sub-tier league and can't perform in Europe. And then even then, they don't win the French league every year.
Yeah, no,
right?
you have a
So
point.
it's like,
true.
hey, it's just what's the definition of a good manager? And unfortunately, managers today should be judged on how they spend money as well.
Yeah, Darren actually had a question saying Klopp is actually a better coach with a smaller budget. Which I guess you could say because when he came in, I feel like the expectations weren't that high. And he turned players like someone like Salah, who at Roma was nowhere, not even 1/10 of a player he is now.
Yeah.
And I don't think he spent a crazy, I wouldn't say he spent a crazy amount of money on the whole lineup. But I think he gained the trust of Liverpool and their fans and stuff like that. And he kind of built it that way. But not saying he didn't spend nothing, but definitely less than Pep, which is also
Yeah.
another argument.
Yeah. Liverpool's like transfer dealings and like overall net
Impressive.
spend is really stupidly impressive. I think also Klopp is like the perfect fit for Liverpool. Not just the team, but also the city.
In what sense?
Because
The character
he's
he
like very
has.
like heart on sleeve, like very animated,
Okay.
like passionate, like exterior.
Okay.
Which like I've never been to Anfield, but I'd love to actually. Like it's one of the top stadium atmospheres you can
It's
probably
the
get
worst
in England.
place to play away.
Yeah,
Wow.
A lot of managers will
Right.
say Anfield is the worst place to play
Huh.
away because of the stadium, because of the fans, the design of it. Like they are, for those of you who don't know Premier League, Liverpool is like a very working class, like Labour is the
old
like
docks.
they're very much like working class, salt of the earth kind of people. And it comes across like Klopp is that kind of guy. So like the little things he does, like the times he spends with fans, the charity work he does, the stuff he does around the city, to Nash's point, he is emotional and heart on the sleeve kind of guy. And that really fits Liverpool as a club. He is the perfect, he wouldn't work at Man United, right? I don't think he'd work at Manchester, right? He's perfect for Liverpool.
I think also when he took over at Liverpool, like obviously they were in the say top six,
Yeah.
but they hadn't been that successful in like the preceding years. And he almost had similar to like when Mourinho came in, he picked up a good team, and it was like a siege mentality of like us against them. We're a big team, like like a sleeping giant type thing. We just
Okay.
need to win that one. Everyone's against us.
Okay, I got what you're
And
saying.
all of a sudden, he like galvanizes them. Obviously, like with good, like he's a very good coach
Yeah,
as
of
well.
course.
So like that sort of full throttle, like what does he refer to as like heavy metal music, was just like perfect storm, like perfect marriage
Wow.
for them
Fred is
to like
getting
come together.
done. So-
Yeah, Fred gets done every week, mate. I
That
wouldn't
was
worry about that.
embarrassing.
I
Your
would be
your
just as effective
CDM
in
is
there.
just getting like absolutely run over.
I can get bypassed just as well in
and
the
Van der
game.
Beek's just sitting on the
Of lower
bench
quality.
waiting.
Yeah, I
So
feel sorry for Van der
ridiculous.
Beek.
Wow, though. I am two guys.
Go on.
Is he? He's
It's
on.
gotta be off.
No, because he.
Shoot! Oh, you
Whoa, what a tackle!
idiot!
What a tackle! Demiral gets the goal and does an incredible stop to
Rashy.
deny Manchester United a goal. Wow. Let's see.
Oh, he's on, he's well on.
100% on because he. Oh.
What a donut.
Is he? Are you sure? 100%?
yeah.
Oh,
'Cause
he's
he didn't
miles
touch it.
on.
Okay.
Yeah, Ronaldo's
He's on sides.
Oh,
What a tackle.
That is top notch.
Woo! That 5-star tackle right there.
Mate, he's loving it, isn't he?
My
That
boy
boy?
is getting ready to record. He got his phone. Yo, put that phone away.
He's livid.
Yeah.
He's like just setting it up as well. Yeah.
It's funny.
Instagram stories, boom.
At least this looks better than the Juve game.
Yeah, the Juve game.
The Juve game.
Atalanta,
dreadful,
Atalanta
right?
are better than Juve, though, aren't they?
You can
You-
argue
you-
that the past
Juve-
both sides
start
of the
stirring.
season.
Mate, Juve can't even keep their best players. They end up going to the Premier League. So Atalanta have kept theirs. Small team in North of Italy.
I mean, it's a miracle if we get to half-time without a third goal.
I didn't say 3-1 which team, did I?
Yeah,
I
you
just
just
said
said
3-1. There we
You
go.
just said 3-1.
We gotta get the rewind on that.
I mean,
one.
2-2 is still on the books.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Mike's
Yeah.
the only one still in the game.
Yeah, I think,
Yeesh, yeah, I'm well out.
I
Mike
think
is
it's
the only
possible
one still in
also,
the
but
game.
hopefully I'm wrong.
Yeah, we just need a
come
Bruno
on.
halftime talk.
Let's see what they do, because man, you don't look a little discombobulated, I feel like.
Yeah, Ronaldo's livid.
The only thing I'm mad about this is Man U can't play this bad in the second half. They gotta improve from
I
this.
don't know, you haven't watched many Man United games, have you?
I guess I haven't. Wait,
no,
is this
no.
a-
Well,
is
no,
this
but
a
this is
regular
what I mean,
occurrence?
mate. Second half, we're keeping it positive that they're going to come back.
Maybe you guys.
I think there has to be sub, but I think if they're going to do it, there has to be 2 subs, which I would make, which
Okay.
Solskjaer won't make. I take Fred off.
Fred off.
I take Fred off.
Okay. For who?
Oh, well.
Van der Beek.
You want me to say your lineup? Oh, wow. But by the way, Benfica are still holding the fort down 0-0.
Let's go, Benfica.
The Portuguese boys keeping it down against the Germans.
What is this,
Okay.
Portuguese football TV or something? What are we talking about here? We're talking about Italian English? We're talking about...
I'm giving them
Portuguese.
some...
What a pass. What a pass.
Go on, Fred!
Take him off.
Shoot!
Yes! I thought that was it.
Oh, my
Wow.
days. What a
Good
move.
job, Freddie.
Sub him off for Van der Beek.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so him off for Van der
Yeah,
Beek.
get Van der Beek on for
I could
Fred.
have bet anything that was in.
What a pass from Bruno. What a pass.
That was a...
Gotta
That,
hit.
that
You
should
gotta-
have finished.
Gotta hit the target,
have.
man.
He's already got his 1 goal this year, though, so he's
He's
done.
not even. He didn't
It's
look up.
just his quota for the
He didn't
year.
look up once
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that entire thing.
He peaked too soon.
Look at Ronaldo.
That's funny.
Should have gone to PSG.
I love how disappointed he is as well. He actually thought he was going to score.
The jury's out.
Has been for a while.
Yeah, they're commentating right now. The jury's out on Fred at Old Trafford.
Oh, if that was McTominay.
That's an
that'd have been in.
understatement. That is an understatement.
But yeah, it looks like it's halftime for Juve. By reading a lot of comments and looking up, it did not seem like a lot of action was going on. It was mostly with the Atalanta game, which we anticipated, I think.
Yeah.
You should
yeah,
put
yeah.
the Benfica game on instead up there.
Yeah, you keep talking about it. It'll do you a favour from having to keep checking the score.
Yeah, Anthony, Juve, Demiral's on loan for Atalanta.
Should have kept him, mate.
Yeah.
They'd be doing all right.
Come on, Shaw.
I'm not sure if they have an option to buy, actually. I got to check on that. I remember they made a kind of a ludicrous offer in terms of they might have an option to buy.
Why did he leave? Because I always thought he was quite highly rated at Juve.
So
how
he wanted
come?
more regular. He wanted to be more of
okay.
a starter, and that's what Atalanta guaranteed. And at Juve, it is kind of tough, especially when you have the league, and then you have the
Chiellini.
2 winning center backs.
Doesn't matter what they want. Chiellini is 50 now. He needs to get his
Chiellini's great,
pension
though.
in place.
But Chiellini's great, though.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, even though he's 100 years old, he still can't. He can't play
He's-
3
he
matches
still-
a week,
he
but he
still-
can play
he still
one
performs.
good one
Yeah.
a week,
Yeah, he still performs.
which is I don't know.
Well done, Fred. Great play.
Mate, Bruno picking it up here is definitely
At right back.
not what you want. Like Atalanta must be loving that.
So stupid.
You know what's crazy, man? Bruno played at Sampdoria, and he never.
Go on.
Oh no!
Oh my days! Did he just? Oh.
Wow!
Yeah, this is.
That was insane.
Should be like 5-2 up here.
When I saw Bruno at Sampdoria, I just thought he's a decent player. What?
Yeah.
And then he went Sporting, right? And then you guys got him. What happened under there?
Steroids. They just straight injected him.
Is it Ole at all, or he was just a monster?
No, I think he probably had a little chat with Cristiano, didn't he, about going, and he was like, "You need to beef up, mate. Get in there." But I don't know, to be honest, because at Sporting he was sort of played the same role he does now in terms of just everything goes through him,
Okay.
goals, assists. So I think
Yeah,
maybe
he
he was
pulls the
just
strings, right?
Yeah. I think maybe he was just in excellent form, like the perfect sort of time of his career to get there.
That prime.
Yeah,
You're saying?
I definitely don't attribute any of his success to Solskjaer. And again,
I think you
and
made it
not
clear.
because like Solskjaer, like because I don't like Solskjaer. He's just not like that sort of tactician.
Okay, I got
He's
you.
like a cheerleader. Like Bruno would have come in, he would have put his arm around him. Yeah, you're really
Okay.
good. We believe in you, etc.
Yeah, yeah.
But that only gets you so far in a season.
I get what you're saying, and I guess we'll see how long he can keep doing it for. Like, I think he needs a spurt of good results so he can kind of win back a lot more of the fans, right?
Yeah,
And this
I mean,
game's
as I say,
definitely not helping. the first half at least.
the fans aren't turning on Ole at all. Like,
No? It's not-
like,
is it
as I say,
split at all?
I mean, not in the stadium.
Yeah, there's no
Like,
there's no banners being hung. With
No,
okay.
like,
I didn't think it'd be that bad, but I feel like there's still.
Social media, right, is very
Yeah.
misleading in that sense. Of
Okay.
like fans from like all around the world who maybe like chip in at it
Yeah.
are getting fed up. But
Yeah.
actual like fans in the stadium at Old Trafford today will not be like Ole out or anything like that. They're
Okay.
going to be frustrated. I mean, we're 2-0 down
Okay.
and
But
playing terribly.
it's not to that point where it's
No,
there.
no,
Okay.
he has too much like goodwill from his like career anyway, and like how he's been managing more recently. That, and I think there's
Okay.
also the expectation that he's not gonna get sacked anyway. So, like just get behind him a bit.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I mean, at the end of the day, they have a great squad, and I think this season will say a lot of
Yeah.
where he'd stand, whether if they want to continue with him or not.
You'd like to think. But he got a contract extension at the start of the year, which is bizarre.
So stupid.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know. Gonna
That's
be
pretty crazy.
paying a fair little,
2 years.
fair bit of
Two
cheddar
more
there.
years.
To
Two more years.
pay
He's
him
gonna
off.
be paying him sitting on his couch if you guys split ways, huh?
That's the way it is.
Wow.
It was actually really funny. The game, Everton game, I think, it was like last couple of minutes, and he was actually surprisingly out in the touchline.
Yeah.
But the camera was close enough to hear what he was saying, and it was like so basic Sunday league management. He was like calling Fred or McTominay over. He was like, on his toes, on his toes. And then he was really happy with it, like gave a really weird smile and a thumbs up. And it was like, you shouldn't have to be like managing them to that degree of positional stuff. You should be like, that's what I mean. He's more of a cheerleader, being like, oh yeah, come in, good job. I think that's the issue with
I get what you're
Solskjaer.
saying, but do you think there needs to be some sort of revolution at Man U so something could be changed in that sense?
I mean, long term, they definitely need a new manager, like someone with an identity and a philosophy. I think that's the only thing. I don't think, they've spent so much money. They don't need to buy more players. Their midfield, like Fred and McTominay, we've been like slating a bit, but like I think with a good manager who gives them maybe clearer instructions of how to play, they'll be passable as like an all right midfield. McTominay will be good. He's also one to watch.
It's definitely not players that the issue is.
No.
It's like that's
That's the last thing,
it's
right?
not the
Yeah,
players.
yeah.
They're stacked.
The
right?
team is
It's not the
ridiculous. Like the whole squad actually ridiculous.
And you got youth coming through that are very decent. It's like it's just
You
the
can't complain,
It's
right?
management.
Yeah, not at all.
It
It's
is
management. It's
Yeah.
like, but like at what point? It's the same thing with Arteta at Arsenal. It's like at what point do you make that call? Like if you know it's not the person to take you into the future, then like are you just prolonging this? Like you're just going to bring in a new manager that has a new philosophy and a new structure, and everything that Ole's been building is
Bored him. He's off.
yeah.
Fed up of chat about
He's done.
Ole.
He's done.
He's like, you know what?
Let's talk about Benfica some more. He'll come back.
And that,
So
and that
Benfica-
Greek goalkeeper they've got.
Great goalkeeper. But that's like at that point, is it all wasted? Like you do all of this build up and you create all of this structure, and then a new manager comes
this is
in,
the
and you
thing.
know it's going to happen anyway.
Well, Ronaldo's got a 2-year contract. How long does Ronaldo want to be at United not challenging? I'm not saying not winning, because it's difficult to
You
win the
think
league
he'll
and
leave
stuff.
at the end of one season?
I don't think he'll leave, but I think he might be a bigger factor. Like if I was the Glazers in Miami or wherever they are, just not paying any attention, and then I got a call one day.
They're around the corner.
They're,
Mate.
they're, too
They're in
busy,
Bay Ridge.
they're too busy winning the Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, aren't they? So and they one day get a call from Ed Woodward, on like the little red phone in the office, and like, yeah, what's wrong, Ed? What can we do? More money, no problem. But then they're like, oh, actually, it's Cristiano Ronaldo, and he's like, mate, what's going on?
Wow.
This manager. Then I think like it almost needs not the players to boot him out or like stop playing, because no player should ever do that.
Yeah.
They're getting paid enough to be professional. But I think it might get to the point where like, look, if they don't have faith in him, and then that starts creeping into like decisions that they're going to make,
So
then
bad.
that'll be the one thing.
I get what you're trying to say. Okay. So from my knowledge now, I thought it was a little bit worse maybe in terms of the fans were split. They don't really want him, frustrated with him, kind of want something different because they're not performing to their capabilities.
There's like like an awakening and a realization that he's not going to take them to the next area, to the next like level. Sorry, but it's not like protests and being like Ole out necessarily, apart from on Twitter.
So the situation is definitely better than seeing.
Social media suggests.
People in Manchester and in the stadium will give him time, but there is the realization now that like, is he going to get you
that
there?
question mark?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, guys, it is halftime. They're showing the beautiful Demi header in the back.
Mate, that guy's been
2-0.
the bane of my life in this game. That tackle on Rashford and that header.
But it's looking incredible. You fellas brought some beautiful biscuits, crumpet. How do you guys say it?
We're just sharing our
Biscuits.
culture. It's biscuits.
This is not cookies.
We already
right?
had our
No,
tea.
not cookies. No.
I might have another
I think
tea.
they're structurally different to cookies. I
No.
think.
You want to try
Do you
one?
want to talk? Mate, yeah.
I want
Okay.
before we try, I just want to say for the people asking, we are watching on Paramount Plus. We got the link in the description. 7-day free trial. Definitely check it out. We got both games: the Juve versus Zenit, and of course the beautiful Atalanta game versus Manchester United. So guys, check them out. They're doing some great things. And now I think we have a nice little cookie test.
Well, this is for you.
Biscuit test, right?
Wait, you?
We got.
Sam's going to talk you through them.
biscuits.
Okay.
And this is for the
Biscuits.
people at home
Biscuits.
to have your reaction to
Okay,
these
you guys gotta
delicacies.
teach me some lingo.
All right,
The
so-
Harry Potter language you guys are speaking right now.
The Harry Potter. So these are what we call biscuits.
Biscuits.
Often stored in a sewing tin.
Okay.
In the
Yeah,
UK.
at your
No,
man's
okay.
house.
So
Yeah,
we got
the
3
Danish
different
cookies.
types. We went by a little English shop in New York earlier. We wanted to bring our culture with us.
Nice.
So decided to bring tea and biscuits.
Tea and biscuits.
Um,
Oh, you gotta send me the video. I gotta post
Oh,
on
yeah,
story.
yeah, yeah.
It'll be
Yeah,
funny.
it was a good time.
I'll send it to you now.
So you got 3 types here. All right, you got digestives. This is famous for dipping in tea.
Okay.
So this one,
exclusively
McVitie's
for tea.
No, I mean some people like it. It's a bit dry. It's
Okay.
not sweet, but
Okay.
it's really good if you dip it
I
in
got
tea.
you.
These are classic. These are like
The-
top tier biscuits in the UK. This is
Top
what you
tier.
fight of.
Top tier.
This is chocolate in chocolate biscuit,
chocolate and chocolate.
and then this is my favorite, a chocolate hobnob.
Hobnob.
Hobnob. Yeah, you got it.
Everything
So
sounds
it's
funny.
Why did you say it in that funny accent?
Hobnob.
hobnob. Is this your attempt at doing a British accent?
I'm trying my. You guys gotta teach me some street language.
Some street language.
Yeah.
I mean, you want like
Street-
Like a-
no,
like a-
you
we
want
ain't
Cockney
doing that.
rhyming
We
slang,
ain't
don't
doing
you?
that.
Really? That's what you want. Street
No, not like
language.
that. In terms of like some cool words that that you say. Like, I don't know, man. What do you want me to say?
I don't know.
Well, you know what you mean, mate.
What do you guys call? You guys call each other? See, mate. That's one.
Yeah,
Mate.
mate.
Laddie,
Fat-
chaps.
Chaps is a common
Laddie.
one.
You could.
Blokes.
Tinnies.
I always thought bloke
Tinnies
was
for beer.
offensive, but it's actually not.
You didn't
No.
understand
Geezer.
tinnies when I said
Yeah,
that.
when you said
I said we'll
tinnies.
bring tinnies. You didn't get that.
Tinnies.
It's a tin of beer.
Yeah,
Tinnies.
a beer, right?
Yeah,
Tinny,
beers.
tinnies.
Yeah, there's a few. We don't even notice it when we do it. That's
One
the
that
problem.
doesn't translate well in the US is geezer.
Geezer.
Like if someone,
Geezer's a
right,
good one.
because you can
Geezer's a
use
great one.
geezer to like describe different types of like bloke, like mate, whatever.
Whenever I
'Cause,
hear
like,
geezer, it's like
because Sam
that
could
geezer
Sam
over
could be a
there.
bit of a geezer, right? And that
Yeah.
means he can probably get his hands on whatever you want. You know, like oh, he's a bit of a geezer.
Oh,
like,
you need the new
or-
PlayStation 5? I've got you. He's a bit of a geezer.
Or he's a bit of a bloody geezer, right? I mean,
Okay.
he's on a night out. He's a bit wild, a bit loose, right? So it depends how
Gonna
you
get
use
drunk.
it.
How you use the
Yeah.
term? Okay, so it can mean many things.
Well,
depends
yeah,
how you-
Yeah.
also in English, any
Geezer.
word can be getting drunk.
Yeah.
So you could get trolleyed, you could get
Trolley.
tabled, you could like literally put any word with an ed on the end of it,
Trolley sounds like such a little
and
a trolley.
Mate,
it
we'll,
means
we'll,
getting
we'll get
drunk.
you trolleyed for the second half. We'll
Are you
crack.
guys gonna be trolleyed in the second half after?
Mate, I think
I
you,
might have
you
to
want to
start
crack
drinking.
them beers
This is
open.
such
to be
bad.
honest.
This is such bad football.
Also, well, as we know, we're on an Italian show. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say what else we brought as well. Little Italian
bring?
treats, peace offerings.
yeah, we did. Yeah,
Peace
bring them in.
offerings. Oh boy, what's
We
going
brought
on
we
over
brought
here?
we brought wine.
Okay, interesting. I don't know if we're gonna crack the
Well,
wine
no,
open.
This is a classy show right
I don't
now.
know if we're gonna crack the wine open because in terms of the result of
I
what's
don't
going on
know. We
here.
got the wines for later. The wines for later when we
Yeah.
all celebrate.
Depends who'll be celebrating.
I mean, I'm
But,
I'm gonna be celebrating either way. I don't care.
Sam, which one is the one that you
So
recommend
this
first?
in
What's
the
a classic?
UK, this would be the most common that they tell you. This one, don't try it unless you're gonna have tea,
Okay.
and that's my
I'm
favorite.
definitely
So
gonna.
I'd say try the middle
So I
one.
asked you guys for coffee, and
Nah.
you guys actually wanted tea. I thought that was like a myth.
I wasn't
that you guys
joking.
don't-
I had
people
to
actually
bring
drink tea.
I had to bring tea with me.
I thought it was like in the fairy tales you drink tea, but you guys actually.
No, no,
drink
we
tea.
love tea. A little cuppa, especially when you're hungover.
Okay.
I
So
know,
I'm gonna
I know you
try.
stocked up on beers, but we brought you a nice little Italian
Awesome.
red
Nice little wine.
from Toscana, from Tuscany,
Tuscany, there we
the
go.
old country for you
Okay.
guys, right? Nice little red.
We got a bourbon cookies over here.
Oh yeah, they're delicious.
Bourbon,
Bourbon.
bourbon. So not like the whiskey.
Bourbon.
Bourbon.
Bourbon. Okay.
Can they
cool.
stop showing this
Mate, that
header on
header
repeat?
is. Have a word with Marco. Tell him that Paramount
the f-
HQ. To
What's the first
switch
thing that
up.
comes into your mind?
Yeah. It's
That it?
it's like a regular chocolate cookie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 What would you give it out of 10?
To me, it tastes like a regular cookie with chocolate in it. It's
Okay.
not bad at all. It's not spectacular. It's like
It's a good cookie.
Let's have some.
It's a biscuit though.
Biscuit.
Fine.
Let's have
Biscuit.
some
It's a
Yeah, to us,
biscuit.
No
biscuits
right or
are
wrong
like a
answer.
bread.
All right. Okay. I mean, I'm.
Working my way up the scale. And otherwise,
I'm not going to England for those, you know what I'm saying? But you know, they're good.
knowing Marco's Sicilian roots, Cafe Palermo, cannolis, mate, came in hot with these. Do you normally get the little icing sugar dusted on the top or not?
No.
As he stitched me up, he thought I was a tourist, didn't he? And he's gone and got a couple of them.
It's like these fellas came from Liverpool or something. Let's
Well, there you go. Cannolis for whenever Marco's not being too big time for us. And whatever channel he's, on.
You guys are
that.
spoiling us
The,
at the
the,
studio.
canno- the cannoli king There's a big sign, best cannolis in New York. So
That's what they all say,
if he's
though,
gone,
right?
if he's, well, mate, I don't know. You
We'll
tell
see.
me. If he's gone wrong on that,
I mean, I'm having another cup of tea.
yeah,
You want
don't
another
blame
cup of
you.
tea?
I might have a beer actually.
Yeah,
This is
you want a
really
beer?
depressing. Well, you've been putting it in my head from
I'll
kickoff.
get it.
You got it?
I'll get it.
Okay.
I don't mind.
Me and you will keep hosting. Them.
Okay.
We don't want to leave the fans without just an empty
Awesome.
table.
Exactly. So you guys brought some nice delicacies over here.
Oh mate, you got to try one of these though. Get the
Is that
old.
the classic
this,
one?
this is the hobnob.
Hobnob.
The chocolate's
Why
a
is
bit.
it called that? Why is it such a funny name? I just want to have it just because I want to say the name.
Say it then.
Hobnob.
Hobnob.
Wait, try it.
Hobnob.
I'm poking fun at you guys a little bit.
That's
How
alright.
would you? How would you? Give me your best like American accent.
Oh Jesus. Hold on.
Mobile, Florida,
What? You have so many different like sort of
You tried it
dialects and.
before. I know you tried it before.
No, I have, but my problem
Okay.
is I've got so many now different parts of the US
No,
going
I'll
through
get
my head.
New York or whatever. you
It's
think
more of
we sound
Italian
like.
America, I think, for you guys.
Okay,
but you're
that's
breaking
fine.
my freaking balls here. What are you doing? Forget about it. Get out of here. New York's the greatest city in the whole world. Get out of here.
Oh yeah, it's not bad. You did it pretty good.
It's a mixture of
Exactly.
Sopranos and like some
Okay.
sort of Jersey Shore-esque thing, I think there. Oh,
Definitely a
Stella,
mixture.
Belgian. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
No Peronis or anything for
We're
us?
supporting Lukaku over. Yeah, I mean,
Are
we're
we?
gonna get we're
That
gonna
Man
get
United
a bunch
reject.
of Peronis, but we're saying let's another peace offering. You can say go in the middle. You know, stay
Yeah,
a little.
all right.
Not
European
bad,
still.
right?
That's
We'll
fine.
stick with Lukaku, right?
no, that's
the
fine.
Belgian, the Belgian beer.
Yeah, no, look, no one's got a problem with Stella's, mate.
No.
It'd be shirts off at the end of the stream, just "Hey, United.
what Stella's famous for in the UK.
Oh yeah, these are
To get trolleyed.
well, yeah, excellent
Other than
use of
that,
the word as well.
yeah.
But these have also got a reputation of a bit of a wife beater beer.
Oh wow.
So you go out, have a few too many Stella Artois,
Okay.
slap your missus around, which is obviously not in any way condoned.
Okay,
And it's
definitely
terrible
not.
behaviour.
So we should
And not an accurate representation of Stella, but that's just the reputation that they have.
Wow, no, never heard of that over here. Thankfully, that doesn't happen. Over
Thankfully,
here
you don't have a
after this
missus,
bit.
so, you know.
But hopefully, we can still crack a beer and still be good. I mean,
Yeah.
have them
Share a biscuit or two.
or cannoli, right?
Oh, mate, yeah, these are delicious.
hope-
I've had these before, so I know he's got a good production
No,
line
we're
of
gonna have
cannolis
water.
coming out of
And
there.
hopefully, Man United share a couple more goals for Atalanta. So
Hold
it
on,
can be a little bit
share.
higher.
Yeah, that's the word I was a bit not so happy about there. Close them. Keep the goodness in.
Oh yeah, good idea.
So now I had to ask you guys, does Ola usually do any subs now in the start of the second half, or is he just kind of manager to wait 15, 20 minutes?
Keep going. he doesn't like. He makes changes in the 85th minute, thinking
Dude, I
he's going to
hate that.
affect the
I
game.
hate that.
Last five, maybe. I don't know. He'll probably surprise us now and make like wholesale changes.
I hope so.
Why is Demi Lovato coming on? What's going on there?
What man? 66. Also, why do you guys have such random numbers?
Yeah, they do that.
Why?
Oh, Demiral's off. Yes.
Oh, no,
the
what a shame.
scourge of Man United
What a
gone.
shame.
Thank God.
No.
Maybe he might have pulled his
He
hamstring
must have
chasing
some sort of
Rashford.
injury.
Yeah,
It seems
yeah.
like Demiral is out for Lovato. That's coming in right now. Oh no. A good thing for Atalanta is Zapata's still on the bench. Surprisingly, they're up 2-0. And their main
Good
goal
thing for
scorer
Man
is on the
United as
bench.
well, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Did you just have a hobnob?
Shouldn't
They
really
did have a
cheers, but-
hobnob. It's
Nah.
actually good.
You
A
like it?
hobnob. Yeah, it's
You
good.
preferred it to the bourbon?
I think slightly.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
Oh.
so.
Oat based.
Oat based.
It's like an oat
Oh,
biscuit
okay.
with covered
I
in
can taste the
chocolate,
oats.
milk
I can
chocolate.
taste the oats. Okay.
Okay, cool.
They're top level biscuits, the hobnobs.
Top tier.
Oh,
Top tier,
up
mate.
there. Top shelf, them ones. They don't just give them out to anybody.
I'm gonna be talking. I'm gonna have an English accent out of this podcast.
Man,
Mate.
your English accent is so bad. Your accent is so bad.
I mean, that's why I'm here to improve, right, Sam?
Are you? Oh, here we
Wait,
go.
Sam.
Here we
Come
go.
on, United.
Sam, we got Paul's
Let's go, Luke.
American accent. Are you gonna try to imitate
Nah,
us a little bit or
man,
no?
nah.
Oh, go on.
I can barely do an English accent.
What do you mean?
I'm not even English.
Well,
I'm
maybe
kidding.
for me it sounds like.
Oh, lovely tackle.
I have
oh,
a way.
gee.
Oh, I was like Lindelof.
If that was Maguire,
Yeah, that would've been out.
Maguire would have been outpaced there without a doubt. Go on, United.
Oh, hello, McTominay.
McSauce.
Oh, so saucy.
Affectionately referred to as McSauce.
I wonder why he came off then. Must have been an injury, right? He was
Hamstring.
playing out of his skin.
Mate, if you're trying to catch up with
He sco-
Rashford, your hamstring is pinging immediately.
Scores a goal. Best tackle of the day.
Job done, really.
He was on track for man of the match.
There we go.
He'll be out in like spinning fields, little area of Manchester where you have a few
Having beers on the
more
river.
upper ends. No, that's Deansgate. Well, yeah, down by Deansgate Lock. but
Deansgate, yeah.
Oh, come on, United.
Second half. Man United ready?
This is it now. This is the beauty you're going to see of Man United.
They can transform.
They're so haphazard. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. So haphazard. Terrible first half from a result point of view. They made some chances, so I'm not like...
They did.
I don't think they
Here
were
we go.
awful.
At what point do we bring Cavani?
Oh.
I was just about to, I was literally starting
dream.
to
Wow,
say.
wait, this is a little different from Ole though, compared
this
to what
is-
your guys.
I mean,
were
no,
saying
he's about to warm up.
He needs
Like,
to-
that doesn't
okay.
mean he's coming on.
That's true. You're right.
Mate,
you're right.
if you sub someone in 2 minutes into the second
Like,
half,
what was the point?
That'd be tactical masterclass.
You waited a whole
All godly
wasted a
time
window.
wasted.
No. He waited. He saw Demiral went off, and he was like,
Now's the time.
"Action plan.
Oh, get
Press the
up.
red button."
Change of plan, boys.
Yeah. Go on plan B. Time wasting already.
46th minute.
Can't do game management. Come on.
Tactical
Add
I was
that
like,
on,
when
ref.
should we make that substitution?
Yeah, he's like that. No, he's like, look, they made a sub. Should we make a sub? Carrick's like, I don't know. You're the manager. He's like, he goes,
The
"Good,
fact that
good
Michael
point."
Carrick's on his. Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
What a save!
go on.
Smash that.
Oh, Rashi.
That was a horrible shot.
We're making chances though.
Both shots.
So
Both shots were horrible.
it was his first
Yeah,
touch
that's
was
true.
terrible.
First one, don't look to the heavens, man. That's your fault, not his.
That's-
Right.
He's looking up to Messi like God of football.
He's 100% on side.
Oh.
What a terror! Like straight.
Actually
at the
connected
keeper.
with
Yeah,
it.
that
better
was
than I
right to
thought.
the keeper.
It was
too.
straight at the keeper.
Wow.
Great first touch.
I think he's a bit off balance while he's scrambling to get there.
Make
before the
yourself
defender.
big. Make yourself big.
He knows.
That was the chance.
Come on, Ronnie.
Wow. So guys, there has been talk about the Ballon d'Or recently.
Oh,
now I just
wow.
want to lay the groundwork a little bit, since most of the players that they're saying, well, at least the ones that we want to win is in the Prem.
Okay.
But before I say that, there's players like Messi, Lewandowski, Ronaldo, so on and so on that's supposed to win it. But in terms of your guys' view, who do you think actually deserves it?
Jorginho or Lewandowski. Like, you can't give it to Messi. He won a tournament that he should have won several times previously in his career, right? Argentina, like, come on, man. It's Argentina or Brazil every year. Like, what? That isn't a real competition. That's not the Euros.
Ooh, that's
Right?
tough.
I mean, let's
Big
be
words.
honest.
Okay, you're
look,
saying-
look at the Euros and
point.
the amount of amazing teams that play in it,
100%.
right?
And Greece
It-
can't even qualify, man.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
and Greece is the best country in the world for
I
football.
mean,
Best goalkeeper.
So,
You said
best
it,
goalkeeper.
goalkeepers
you
in
said
Europe.
it, not
He
me.
plays at Benfica. They're
Yeah.
playing. Are they still 0-0?
I
Benfica
gotta
still
check.
0-0.
Let's hope.
10-0 Bayern.
Yes.
Look, I'm
0-0 still.
Jorginho obviously had an unbelievable year,
Yeah.
club and country.
Yeah.
And he was integral for both.
Yes.
And surely that is what Ballon d'Or is all about. So he'd be up there. Lewandowski, and we talked about this before the show, I think is the best striker in the world.
Okay.
Like, I just think he's... I think he's brilliant. And what he does at Bayern Munich is just always impressive. Like, plays at top level all the time. But obviously doesn't get to have the same opportunities at international level as a Jorginho does.
But whose fault is that, though?
That's not his
His
fault.
parents.
that's
His
what-
parents.
For having been born in Poland.
Should
Always
have-
blame
but-
the parents.
Should have conceived in Germany.
Should have flown. Should have got pregnant in Poland. Flown somewhere that's going to win the Euros.
Because
one
he'd
day.
start for any country in
No,
Europe.
100%.
He would start for any country in Europe. The
But-
only one you could argue is
Yeah.
him and Lukaku for Belgium. Like, they're the best two strikers in Europe right now.
Lukaku's overrated.
Ooh.
Oh, I was gonna bring that up. I don't want to bring that up.
You were gonna
yet.
say that. Is that on your-
Not-
have
I'm
I-
not gonna say
have I
that,
taken
but
that off
it
your
was a
notes?
topic. But you have a point, Sam. 100%. Say your thoughts first, and then I think we can conclude and play
Well,
devil's
yeah.
advocate
So
a little bit.
first thought for me was Lewandowski, and I think he was also hard done by because the goals he scored from the year before, when there were no fans, he got like the FIFA Pro Award or whatever
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
thing.
the FIFA
But I
Pro.
think
He should have won it then.
But he's maintained his goal scoring. He's been ridiculous. Broke like Gerd Muller's record, I think, in Germany. If you're going based on like sort of what people have won and winning the league and everything he does, he's the one to go for.
Like, what more can he do?
I think it's hard the way people view them awards for sometimes, like midfielders or defenders, especially to try to even get close to winning it.
Yeah.
So I think there is definitely an argument for like with the way people have mentioned Kante and Jorginho.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I don't know. My pick would be Lewandowski.
Lewandowski.
Yeah.
Now I see this in a. I see I see myself stuck. I do see Lewandowski top striker. Obviously, he scores incredible goals. This guy's an alien. But if you look at it in the trophy side of view, no one won more than Jorginho. He hasn't had more. He's had an incredible impact at Chelsea, an incredible impact with Italy at the Euros. Won 2 of arguably the best trophies you can win, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's definitely between them two. But I still think winning the Euros with Italy was something that was not expected. I think that was
I thought Italy were one of the favourites going into it. Do you not think?
From the start of the tournament?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Do you not think?
No,
They had like
I did not think so.
maybe 30, almost near 30 game unbeaten run.
Yeah.
There was like
Yeah,
a lot,
but that doesn't mean
I thought there was a lot of
They were
optimism.
They were the best form going in.
Form, yeah. Before, what's form when
What's
it's a
form
tournament?
when you
It's
end up?
everything in
What's
sports.
form when you end up winning it because you're on good?
But I don't think any of the bookies or anything had Italy.
Oh,
Go
what
on.
a
one of the
pass.
favorites.
Go on, Rashi.
Do something.
Yes.
Oh!
Finish.
Oh my
Here we
God!
go.
Finally.
The second half
Second half team.
of dreams
Second
on the
half
way.
team.
Stupid.
Finally, third chance for Rashford. Buries
Fuck him.
it. See, that was a good finish though. This is what I don't get with Rashford.
And it was on his weaker foot.
Yeah.
It was a good finish on his weaker foot. That's
Well,
what I
no, because he
like.
finished it on his right.
Oh, did
But-
he?
Yeah. He opened his body
No
up.
good.
When you said no good, then I thought you meant he'd been offside. I was like, what? He comes from so deep. Oh, look at that assist.
What a pass. Is that outside of the right foot?
Oh yeah,
That's outrageous.
Bruno baby.
Wow.
Nice.
That was incredible.
Take
That
Demiral
was
off.
incredible run.
All at sea. Come on. What are the comments saying now? They worried?
Wow.
Let us
They're-
know.
they're
Want
not
them-
ha-
they should be
they're
worried.
not happy.
England sucks. I mean, it isn't the most beautiful country in the world, we'll admit
Wow,
that.
Cotswolds are nice.
Cotswolds are beautiful.
Oh, this is the problem as well. It's just like...
They show this.
Well, no. No, like, United now are going to get their like hopes up. There's going to be some sort of like full-on attack, which there could be, but Atalanta, as you say, are keeping Zapata in the back pocket.
Just in case things get sticky,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But let's see. What I was saying is, I don't think Italy were anyone's favorites in the tournament for the most part. And them winning it, I thought it was pretty monumental, to be honest.
I think France were everyone's favourite for
France,
it, obviously.
Germany, England were much more ahead of Italy.
I think France were favourites.
I actually
And then-
don't think Germany were up there as
No.
favourites still because they lost.
I think more than Italy, though. I would have assumed.
I don't know because like Jurgi Löw, whatever's toward the end of
Yeah.
his tenure at that time, they'd lost to like Macedonia in a qualifier for the World
Yeah,
Cup.
that's
I think they were
that's a
actually on pretty.
one-off.
I think they were on pretty bad form, and they couldn't even beat England in the Euros. So if anything, they lived up to their billing. They almost even didn't qualify from their group, which is obviously a group of death with Portugal and France. But like
Portugal's
they struggled
another
against.
shout.
But they
Belgium,
struggled
they were
against
saying.
Hungary.
You know the best team in Portugal is Benfica, right?
Yeah.
How are they doing?
They're the only team in Portugal, aren't they? Oh, ref.
Oh, that's the linesman doesn't want any of
Demi
this.
Lovato not
Doesn't
having
want
it.
any of this.
Off.
Who's
Last
he giving
man.
a yellow to?
Lovato, surely. He's not
Oh,
booking
did he
Ronnie.
give it? Yeah,
Yeah.
he gave it.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he's knackered already. Get him off. Sub.
Just came on.
No, that's not good.
His second goal on its way.
But yeah, I just thought that with Jorginho winning the Champions League for Chelsea, which I thought was another surprise. Who thought Chelsea were going to win the Champions League?
Yeah.
And Jorginho, I thought played incredible for both country and club. So that's why I just feel like that he edges over Lewandowski. Not taking anything away from Lewandowski, but
No,
they're
that's
counting
fair.
the inches over here.
I mean, a lot of people in chat are saying Benzema, which I was surprised by.
Oh.
Benzema's
Like, I
another
love
shout.
Benzema.
But
he
what
is
has
top-
he won, though?
No, I know. Like, I love
this is what-
what the
is it-
Nations League or whatever we're calling it now.
Oh, yeah.
The-
They beat someone in that, didn't they?
yeah, Spain.
Well, I mean, in the game before.
Oh,
they
yeah.
beat. Yeah.
Forgot
Yeah.
about that. Yeah, and then they had to play third place against
Oh, yeah.
Belgium. Benzema's a good shout. I would say he's. Yeah, I just wouldn't put him in the same conversation.
Ronaldo
as-
special coming up, by the
Nah,
way. So
nah, he ain't got it. In the
Look,
locker
he hasn't
anymore.
scored
He
on
ain't
like
got it in
40. He hasn't taken.
Just let Bruno take it.
So he's
Let
2-1.
Bruno, let Bruno
That's
take
another-
it.
Same thing with penalties. Bruno or Ronaldo for penalties.
Let Bruno take it.
Either. It's not a good situation for a right footer here. In the style of
What, you
which
think
Ronaldo.
Shaw's going to take it?
No, well, I think some weird decoy there.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
Okay,
didn't
thankfully
hit the
goes
wall,
wide.
so.
So for me, like I said, Lewandowski and Jorginho, but Jorginho to me is higher. Benzema hasn't won anything,
he
but yeah,
doing?
he's a good striker, but he hasn't won anything.
Yeah,
But neither has
look, I
he
stick
scores a
by
lot.
it. Yeah, I think Jorginho and Lewandowski. And look, both have their reasons. I'd like Jorginho because I hate that it's a forward who wins it every year.
Yeah, I know,
It just
I
is
know.
so
It's too
boring.
much.
But
It's
then
oversaturated.
I also agree with Nash. Lewandowski was robbed last year. Like he had the greatest, like one of the greatest seasons
Right.
No,
of
you have a
whatever.
point, yeah.
And
you're
then
saying
they
that-
didn't have the Ballon d'Or. So, like Lewandowski, I know you shouldn't let last year influence it.
Yeah.
But I felt so bad for him because he was like a no-brainer last year,
I get what you're saying.
and he is like an underappreciated striker. in my
No,
opinion.
100%.
Also, like again, agreeing with you on the fact that like Jorginho had a ridiculous year in terms of what he won, both internationally and at club level. It would make sense for him to win it because you think of when Modric won it. He won it on the back of Croatia doing really well in the World Cup, and
The
obviously
final
Madrid won
was
loads of stuff.
incredible.
So by that logic, Jorginho should win it.
But this is a popularity contest for the most part, right?
Yeah, which is why Messi will win it.
Unfortunately,
Messi will win
Which
it.
kind of sucks, though, at the end
Which
of
is
the day.
like, I
Isn't
watched
it-
that Copa America final, and they made such a big deal
Yeah,
of him
I know.
finally
I know,
winning.
they
I'm
made
like,
it-
come on, man.
They made it a little too.
It was a bit too
They
much.
made it a little emotional for him.
Come on, slap it.
Oh,
on, second
no,
ball.
I'm getting a little
Get
nervous
after
now.
it.
Man, you were
This is
pounding
it, mate.
on the pressure.
I put it in your head that they're going to come back in the second half, and it's like Inception. It's creeping in.
Oh man.
Are you dreaming?
Not yet.
Still 0-0 with Juve.
Oh, Marco's having a miserable time on that game, isn't he?
Probably.
He's probably more animated in there over a 0-0 than we are with like 3 goals and all this drama.
Well, all right, we like this. We like this. Good build.
Go on,
up.
Greeny.
No, man, you were taking over now.
Oh, he hit the post.
Scotty.
Wow.
McSauce almost with a breakthrough.
Wow. Man, you hit the post. Oh,
Alright,
man.
look at
This
this.
is not looking
I like
good
the
right
urgency
now.
they're playing with.
This is
Better.
not looking
Yeah,
good.
this is really good.
This is Bruno's tempo.
So they're playing with a bit of urgency at last.
Oh, boy.
I'm surprised the keeper didn't hit the deck there.
This is going to be tough.
Buy some time.
Oh, big
Oh.
shin. Big shin. My favourite sort of shot, that.
Shinster.
Stick something out.
Little shinster.
Yeah.
So I talked about how Juve with Ronaldo they separated ways
Yeah.
and stuff. Bonucci, their defender, Juve's defender, actually came out and said recently that without Ronaldo now we're more of a team and we don't play under one person.
Yeah.
Do you see something like that happening for Man U, or do you think your identity is still going to be more of a team rather than just one player? Because at Juve, I think I could safely say it was mostly a one-man show in terms of everyone playing for Ronaldo, and it kind of ruined the chemistry of Juventus overall.
So sort of would be my answer because United
Zapata!
United even before Ronaldo coming in
Yeah.
weren't a cohesive team, as we were sort of saying earlier. Like they've always been like a moment of Bruno magic or like a Rashford like worldie or something like that like really wins them the games. So I think he definitely like adds to that element of like individual talent being the star more than like a team effort. So I don't think it's necessarily going to change United too much. It actually like it does maybe weaken them a little bit because, as you say, like they should be striving to get like a team, like cohesive unit behind them. But yeah, I don't think for United it's going to be the be all and end all.
Okay.
Whereas I think for
Gotcha.
Juventus, especially with Allegri there, he's a proven manager. You know what you're going to get with him. Like tactically, he's pretty adept at having like how he can switch it around. And I think really like I'm a big fan of Dybala, and I think he might benefit from not having Ronaldo there.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I definitely see that. I
hope
think
so.
Juve do kind of play. You see a lot of more of their stars take a lot more responsibility.
Yeah.
In that sense, that Ronaldo left. But yeah, I just wanted to see if the fans even thought about that playing just as just under him.
No, I think
anything like that.
I think it'd be like more apparent. Say like as we were saying, if he'd gone to Man City, I think that would have been a bigger barometer of how much of an individual he is.
Okay.
Because City do play well as a team. Whereas I think for United, they're just thrown together on a weekend, hope for the best. Who's going to score a goal?
Smash that, smash
give it a
that.
go. No, get out of here. Pick up that rubbish on your way out as well. Ridiculous. So yeah, not for United.
Okay.
Have you noticed,
fair.
like obviously Bonucci saying it, but in the games you've watched then for Juve, have you noticed them, like, is that being a fact?
No,
that they
yeah,
are better together? Because some of the results, they had a slow start, didn't they? Like some of the results
They
they've
did
got
have a
don't
slow
reflect
start, but I feel like that was them re-identifying themselves in terms of what kind of football they want to play. But I do feel like they got their coach Allegri, who was not even a fan of Ronaldo. It was going to be the center project for them.
Yeah.
So under this Allegri side, they're used to that defensive football. Ooh, that's a foul. That defensive kind of football, but yes, going on a counter-attack kind of team. And something Ronaldo doesn't really adapt to as well. Yeah. So I think it's best for both parties at the end of the day.
No, absolutely.
Since he wanted to leave, you know. And I don't think he was going to play that much under Allegri in the way he wanted to.
Has De Ligt pushed on a bit this year as well from the back? Like, we obviously mentioned the fact Demiral went to Atalanta.
Yeah, well, De Ligt's when healthy, which he isn't right now.
Oh, fair enough.
Him and Bonucci are usually the starter because Chiellini can't play as many minutes, obviously, than them. But yeah, De Ligt, he's great, man. He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
What, 21?
Well, you guys signed him for, like, what was it, 67 million euros or something?
We went to Barcelona first, and it looked like he was going to go to Barcelona, and then Juve ended up getting him.
But yeah, it was about that, wasn't it? Like 67 million euros. I can
double check.
Because he went to you the same year we bought Maguire, and we bought Maguire.
Look up top.
Oh.
You guys spent like. How much on Maguire?
Well, £80 million, whatever the exchange rate would have been. So like 90 million.
Yeah,
million euros.
Even a little bit more. Maguire.
Slabhead. The same transfer window that Juve bought.
Well, he's come a long way. He's definitely took his time to settle in, but I think he's proving it now.
Yes, it's saying 76 million pounds.
He had a great Euros.
Yeah,
Maguire.
He made like 3 crazy mistakes that one game, right?
Oh yeah, he does that.
I like how you just say like, it's a normal thing that happens every now. Oh no,
it's a Mags thing.
Pass.
Stay on your feet, man.
Oh my days. Oh my days.
63rd minute. Atalanta are still up 2-1, but Man United didn't start this half very well.
Oh
no. Oh, what a save, Musso! Wow. Oh boy, there's gonna be a very tough last 30 minutes.
Didn't you sell Galini at Atalanta? Tottenham's gone there, isn't he?
Now he's at Tottenham. Yeah, Musso's actually I prefer more.
And Romero went.
Oh, Romero went.
We had all that chat at the start of the show about not selling players, and then 2 of them.
They got Juventus' old director.
Oh, good little push. Good little push.
Oh,
we like
that.
We like that. Roberto Carlos. We like that.
That was to the face, no?
Nah, he knew he wasn't going to win
get out
so
here.
he put him on the floor. That's just smart.
Little arm across him.
That's smart football.
Let's see. Let's see that again.
We'll probably look and it'll be like a full swing.
Yeah.
Oh, look at save.
Oh, this
save. Through his legs. Demi's having a terrible game.
Oh, Jesus.
So close. They tried the little clever training set piece, right? Clearance. Foul?
Definitely very clumsy.
What are you doing?
Oh, he's about to pass it! Oh, come on!
All right,
how did you
get one? All right, one. Here we go.
Go on, Aaron. Go on, son. He's going to fall over in a minute.
Just play middle. Put him rushing.
Yes, go on.
Just foul him. Oh, no.
Oh, it actually got to you as well.
Fully, that did nothing amounted to that. Zapata, if he passed that was 3-1 right there.
Well, he didn't air shot completely.
He didn't even get a shot off.
I know he didn't start.
That was weird. He hit the air. He scuffed that.
Sign of a good striker.
So, there's some comments about this too that I wanted to ask.
Go on.
What's going on with Newcastle?
So,
what?
Newcastle just got bought by royal family in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
The rumors are that they are like 30 times wealthier than the Man City owners. Yeah. So at the moment, it's that sale has happened. It's gone through. But at the moment, it's all rumors on like, is Steve Bruce, who's the current manager,
he's left.
Yeah, obviously. So that happened. So clearly they've got someone big in mind that they can spend money on. It's a lot up in the air right now on who the manager they bring in and how much money they're going to give that person to spend. But it's interesting. Like, I don't know how familiar the people watching are with English football, but when me and Nash were growing up in the 90s, Newcastle were a European team. Like, they played, they were like anywhere between 3rd and 6th in the league, but they had a reasonable team.
I know that.
They almost won the league in 1996.
Yeah, 96
It was like
was
epic comeback where United came from 12 points behind to pip them.
Yeah, that was a great year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's interesting. They got a really big fan base, a really diehard fan base. Like it's a big club in terms of just the amount of people who follow them. So it's a really interesting storyline to follow. But they basically became the wealthiest club in the world.
That's insane. I find that so crazy.
I know,
Because
right?
there was rumors about it last year also, right? And stuff happening. But
Well, the owner of them owns a chain called Sports Direct in the UK.
Okay.
And it's basically a discount sports store. So he made his money from selling like really cheap, terrible,
knockoff stuff.
If you want I don't know, goalie gloves or a new set of football boots
You'd
or
go there.
a
Go
latest
there
shirt, you go
for the
there and it's
discount.
cheap, and
Yeah.
they've got like everything you can, any sport, like tennis rackets or whatever, they'll have it.
I got you.
But it was all like not a particularly well run sort of like club under Ashley, because he didn't really want to invest any money in them.
And there were a lot of rumors that he was dodgy with his taxes and
I got you.
not with Newcastle,
Just himself.
with his
His
companies
businesses
and
and
how
stuff.
he made money, and
I got you.
he was he didn't have much disposable income to spend on Newcastle, and on top of that he didn't want to, so they just floundered after the 90s, like the David Ginola era. They just
what player he
floundered,
was.
and like Alan Shearer, and they've been lulled in like mid-table nothingness for like 20 years now, 15 years.
Yo-yoing a bit between the Championship and the Prem.
Yeah. So I think it's a really interesting storyline. The question is, I mean, the most urgent questions are, who are they bringing in? Like, do they genuinely bring Conte? Because we know he's like too expensive for most clubs, and now
not
it's
for him, right?
not for the richest club in the world.
Pocket change for them, right?
And like Conte seems like the kind of guy that would go to a team that give him a blank check, even if it is Newcastle.
You got a point?
Maybe, but they're going to be aiming really big for the manager.
This is gonna be insane.
And then after that, it's how much money are they going to spend in January, and who are they going to buy?
Did you see the video, like during the Euros, it was like the French team were travelling and Griezmann was playing Football Manager, and he was like, apparently he was manager of Newcastle, and he's like, I've won all this over time, and he was like shouting across to Mbappe, he's like, Kylian, I just bought you for Newcastle like 132 million. And then Mbappe like looks at him, he's like, is it cold there? It's like, mate, that could be reality now.
I saw that.
Mbappe's
quote
going to
already.
Newcastle.
Mbappe's getting
That
cut
You heard
off.
it here
That
first.
was hilarious. But that would be crazy. I think that would shock world football in general, depending how many players they actually buy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be like City though. It's not going to be like an immediate jump up.
Takes time.
But
Yeah, it does.
and also because of like financial fair play, you have to, which is a bit of a joke anyway, but like, you have to obviously build
Abide by
incrementally
rules.
how much you're spending over a 3-year period. But now they have that, say, blank check almost to go and do it. 6 or 7 years time, they could be knocking on the door of like winning the league. Go on.
Oh, he's just not got that step anymore.
Wow.
I think it's also interesting because, look, jokes aside, and I know obviously everyone watching are Serie A fans, when you talk about the competitiveness of the English Premier League, right, you had an era not so long ago where Arsenal, Man United were winning things. Then you randomly had Leicester. Now you have Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea. Tottenham are trying to still be a top 4 team. Like it is whether you call it the best league in the world or not. I'm not going to get into that. You can't deny it's extremely competitive.
Oh yeah, of course.
And so you're adding yet another team now that can arguably compete.
For
top 4?
championship, yeah.
Okay, my not comparison such, but my way of saying it is, Parma back in like the 90s or in the 90s, when they had like Buffon, Thuram,
team,
Cannavaro,
Cannavaro,
Crespo, all
yeah,
that. That, not that Newcastle had that sort of level of players, but they were like a good team then.
They're
Imagine
competing.
all of a sudden someone came over,
Yeah.
bought Parma, who've obviously been like lingering a bit and they've not been as successful, and all of a sudden you had to have Parma competing with Juventus. And
No,
Inter
yeah, I definitely get
and
that
all that.
perspective, which is kind of crazy, especially because now there's so much, there's so much competition in the Prem already, and now
Yeah.
adding another juggernaut like that, which
Yeah.
seems to be.
And
It's
it's
gonna be
dangerous because,
crazy.
like I say, with such wealthy owners, it pushes
Come
up.
on, Zapata!
What a turn.
Yes, De Gea.
Oh, that was the first
Close
time.
him. Oh, Jesus, that must have moved in the air.
Another save.
Saved it with his knee,
Malinowski
didn't he?
with a rocket shot, but it was right to De Gea. Wow. They gotta,
What a pass.
They
But
gotta
this-
learn to aim
this
in the
turn,
corners,
this
man.
turn,
that was
Lindelof's
world
just-
class. Dude, you
Right,
shoot that in the
one
corner, that's a
mistake.
goal.
Oh, okay.
Hit it with his knee? What did he hit that with?
No, his hands come back in.
The first one's
Bit-
foot.
sort
The
of
hands,
swerves on him,
it
doesn't
swerves back in. Look at the movement on that. Yeah, he just gets his
His
foot.
hands.
Bit lucky, really.
Yeah.
Malinowski, one thing
Yeah,
to know about
those.
this guy shoots rockets.
Oh,
From
thanks for
outside the
telling us
box.
now, mate. You should have told him before the game.
Could have warned to
Close him down.
He's known for his thunderbolts. Oh, no.
Oh,
Come on.
I mean, the one thing I. Oh.
Oh!
Oh, all right. Another
Corner?
corner. Another corner.
Okay, I'll take you.
it's unbearable pressure here.
I'll pause on the Newcastle comment. This is.
Mate, next time they're having an attack, I'm going to give you a hobnob and shut you up for a minute.
Oh, no.
It's a hobnob.
You guys are making fun of the way you say it.
Everyone just speaks like it's like the Queen coming for tea. Like,
Yeah,
ooh,
yeah,
it's
it's-
It sounds like a Harry Potter
it's a
episode.
hobnob.
yeah, exactly. I
Movie.
think that's where
We're all having tea and hobnobs.
Harry and Hermione coming round, get the crumpets.
When
out.
did Pogba come on?
Oh, he came on 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. Maybe.
Come on.
All right,
Cavani
so-
came on for Rashford.
So the one thing I would say about Newcastle is even when they were in the Championship, they were like selling out St James's Park.
Which is
So
like,
that's
like-
55,000
it's-
seater.
huh?
It's
Yeah.
very different to what happened to Man City. Man City were a second
Division
team in a
team.
city. No. They were the second team in a city.
Oh, okay.
You still don't fill
Manchester
out the
was a
stadium.
United. Manchester was red. It was not like Liverpool, Everton. It was like Manchester was red, and then there was this other team there
I got
called
you.
Manchester City, and they pumped money into them, and that's why now Pep has to go on camera and beg for people to buy tickets because they never had a rabid fan base. Newcastle have always had a fan base. Even when they were in the Championship and one tier down, they were still like packing 50,000 people.
That's incredible. The
So-
Geordies, right? Geordies.
Yeah.
Geordies, yeah. So the really fascinating thing is this is the first time in England that it's happened, like obviously to a club with a die-hard base.
Fan base.
So you're going to have the players, you're going to have the manager, but you're also going to have packed stadiums
That's
every
an
week.
interesting aspect.
Which
Yeah,
we
I
don't have. Man City, the Etihad, is one of the worst atmospheres in England. There's like, it's worse than the Emirates. And that's saying a lot. Like the Emirates is like a library.
Wait, why? Why is that? Hasn't Arsenal always had a passionate and
So Highbury was much smaller, which was the stadium I grew up going
Stadium,
to. It was small and it was wide. So it was like a square.
okay?
So the stands could hear each other. So it built an atmosphere.
I got
But
you.
we also had a reputation in the 90s. They used to call it the Highbury Library because we were quiet as a fan base.
That's funny. And it rhymes.
And it rhymes. When we moved
We
to,
don't do anything by half, mate.
when we moved to the Emirates, two things happened. This big good save.
Whoa.
Slab head.
That was a big one. Musso, big save.
When we moved to the Emirates, two things happened. The Emirates is a bowl. There's no bad seat. There's no columns, but all the sound goes out. So like every seat is a perfect view.
But vocally,
It's tough.
That
The
makes
second
sense.
thing that happened is ticket prices doubled, so all the real fans couldn't afford it anymore.
London prices.
Yeah, and that's the real problem that's happening with English football, especially in London. Overnight tickets to Arsenal games doubled. The season ticket went up like 60%. I gave mine up, and I had to couldn't afford it anymore.
So you moved to New York.
So I moved to
Can't
New York
afford
because New
this.
York's cheap.
Getting
'Cause
right
New
over
York's
there.
cheap. But that also happened. So, if you're gonna take it quick, at least have more
Trying to
than
do his
one.
old
There's one
Alexander
player in the
Arnold,
box.
wasn't he? A quick one.
But also, there's 9 Atalanta players in the box and Cavani, and you take it quick.
I like my chances with that. Big Eddie.
Slab it!
Come on, slabhead.
Best centre back in Europe.
Yeah. Harry Maguire, your defence is terrified.
Damn.
Here we go.
Oh,
Come
my
on.
days.
2-2, baby.
Mike's guess 2-2.
Yeah, where's your
Why are you
over the
not
top?
happy?
You should be over the top on both
There's
games,
still a lot
surely.
of time. There's still a lot of 15 minutes.
Yeah, for United to get a third.
Wow. Then,
See, that was it. That poor
come on,
corner
man.
was just to lull you into a false sense of security. Eddie. Oh, love that.
Finish.
Left
Look
it.
at that.
Left it for big slab head.
That's
and
better
his
than
slab
any
foot.
finish we've seen from a striker today.
Oh, that's
Whoop,
beauty.
into the
The
corner.
laces.
How did he shoot that?
Straight to the fans. You see that? Oosh. Captain Fantastic.
Oh.
Come on, 3-2. Let's go. Let's get a game on. I just want goals.
Mate, if
I'm
they-
a neutral. I
If
just
they
want
cut-
goals.
If they cut back to it and it was them crossing it in for a goal, I'd be livid.
You'd
It was
leave.
like that.
You'd
No,
leave.
but that Leicester game at the weekend
Oh, yeah,
was
yeah.
like that. They got to 2-2. All of a sudden, it cuts back and they square it, and Vardy scored.
Man. Oh yes, you're right. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That game was
Fell apart.
insane.
Nah, well,
That game
I
was
don't know.
crazy.
I just want to see goals.
Yeah, as long as they're going into the Stretford end, I'll be happy with them.
I got the air knocked out of me.
Takes a lot, doesn't it? Not often you can say that. You lost your words. Slabhead's fallen over.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Paul, you were talking about Lukaku before.
Overrated, mate.
Yeah, so
So what are you talking
I
about?
mean, let me say the subject a little bit because he was in Serie A last year, the last 2 years, right, with
Yeah.
Conte, and he was incredible there.
Yeah.
You know, really incredible. He was breaking records left and right. He really fit with Conte like a glove. He was doing incredible. And then he signed a mega deal with Chelsea, and right now he's on a goalless streak. Now, my question to you is, did Conte make him seem better than he is? Or in that two-man striking formation, and with that kind of coach that demands that kind of tactics and holding the ball, and that's where he excelled, compared to Chelsea, where he's playing as a lone striker, I believe, with a different coach, different philosophy? Or is this just, a bad spell?
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, you go
One
first.
thing, because I just want to start a fight in the chat.
Oh, boy.
Well, okay.
The
you go.
Italian defensive performances made him look like a good striker. He is playing against better defenders now in the Premier League
That
than
is
he played in IFTV.
Nah, that's
How-
false.
I'm just saying it to
That's
stir.
false.
I'm just
How do you
stirring.
feel about
I'm just
False,
stirring.
But that's not true.
I know. I'm just kidding. Go for it, Nash.
That's true.
Okay, so basing this on the transformation that he had from going to United to Inter, he was
Yeah.
exceptional. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He got really lean. He was I think a great part. I think what made him look really good in Italy is that he had a great partnership with Martinez.
Yeah,
I think he's actually a
Lautaro,
striker.
yeah.
And again, not,
Yeah.
not not buying into the whole he has a bad first touch, which people said in
Yeah,
the
no,
UK,
that's
whatever.
nonsense. That's
But
nonsense.
he's a top quality player.
Yeah.
And to say he's overrated isn't to say he's not good.
Yeah.
It's just to say if you
It-
hold him at this high regard
Exactly.
at that level, you're marking him off against the Lewandowskis. I'd say Harry Kane's a better striker than Lukaku. Right?
Wow.
As
You
a-
would?
yeah. as an-
You'd
as-
take
as-
Harry if you had the choice right now of one of those in their current
Yeah, I'd take Kane.
in the summer, not now.
Yeah,
because
Kane.
both of them have had bad starts to the season.
Yeah.
So straight after the Euros, you would take Kane over Lukaku.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, we've
Okay.
already had Lukaku, so it didn't work out. So I'd definitely try Kane
Yeah,
instead.
try something new.
No. I say to say he's overrated isn't say he's not good, but I think a lot of things happened for him in Italy. It was a new lease of life, where he was obviously pretty miserable at United when he left. He leaned up, whether it was a diet change. His partnership with Martinez was really, really good, and he scored a lot of goals and was very effective.
Ooh.
But all of a sudden, coming back to the Premier League, being a lone striker again, Chelsea have got a great team as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
And,
they
it-
won
and,
Champions
and,
League.
and yeah, exactly.
Without him.
And his goal drought is only by his standards.
Yeah, it's only how many games? 4?
I thought it was a little bit more. I thought it was 5 or 6.
Is he?
No.
No?
He's not gone that long without
No,
scoring.
it wasn't. I can double check.
Yeah, you check.
It's
I
don't get me
check.
wrong, for a striker
thought it
for
was-
one of the best
I could
teams
be
in
wrong.
Europe.
Are we
that's
talking
it.
about all competitions? Maybe I don't think we've been out there many Premier League games for him not to be on a goal drought.
What
like
a
that.
pass, sure.
Go on, Eddie.
Oh.
Sancho!
No!
Oh,
Yes!
it's Bruno. All
It
right,
was so
Save.
beautiful. Yes. Wow.
all right, Bruno, not Sancho. Ref.
We'll take the foul.
Yeah.
And a yellow.
And
a yellow.
Yeah, how many games
Yeah,
is
check, yeah.
his goalless streak? Oh, mate, good goalkeeping.
Bayern, by the way.
Oh, what, Benfica?
But
Never.
Benfica, no.
One of the best teams in the world, aren't they?
Top 10.
But I think whilst you're looking that up, I think for Lukaku to come back, be a lone striker again, and it's I know Sam was just trying to wind people up by saying the Italian league's not as good defenders that he's playing against.
Yeah.
But I think the way teams set up against Chelsea, as European champions, all this is they're going to be a bit more negative.
6
they're going to sit
games
in
in all
deeper.
comps that he's played for.
All right, all comps.
I mean, that's
Right.
not a little, though.
No,
All
fair.
right.
That's
yeah,
fair.
he's due a goal, but I think all of a sudden the different setup back in the Premier League, that it is a different style of football, and I think he'll still end up at the end of the season. I think his first year at United he got 27 goals, and if you can do that at United, he's going to do just as well at Chelsea. But I think overall, how people speak about him is overrated compared to maybe the players that you're putting him in that category of.
Okay, that's fair. Ooh.
I think it's to the specific point that Nash said. You cannot.
Yes, Ronnie. Sue.
Oh my God.
Well, come on, Ronnie.
Second half team.
Oh, boy.
Change my prediction to 3-2, Man United. Cheers.
Wow.
I mean, we've still got 10 minutes to ride this. We like to get the winning goal normally in the last minute, not give you 10 minutes to come back, but
man,
call it now.
I guess.
What a nod. Go on, son.
Now they got some time to equalize, I guess. Jeez.
Also, I know, again, not trying to do a direct comparison, but given Ronaldo is now playing as an out-and-out striker for United,
Yeah.
Lukaku is for Chelsea,
Oh,
Ronaldo's obviously one of the best players ever,
of course.
but
Look across
he
it.
outscored Lukaku last year. Yeah, Shory boy.
Roberto.
He outscored Lukaku last year.
Yeah.
He's probably scored more goals for United this year, and United are not as good a team
Okay.
as Chelsea. Oh,
Lots
what a
of heads,
nod.
like
Go
right
on,
in the
son.
corner.
Oosh.
What a cross from Roberto Carlos.
Yeah, Shaw's good at crossing. You know, in the goal, he doesn't even dive. He's just like forlorn look on
That
his
was
face.
right in the corner.
That's crazy.
Fair play. Fair play.
I mean, it's Ronaldo. But so you're basically saying it's the first season for Lukaku. Give him some time to get used to it. Is that what you're?
No, I'm saying like Lukaku's a very good striker, but I don't think
Not
he's.
that
Oh,
world
Shaw's gone
class.
down.
But I
He's
don't-
hurt.
Oh, dear.
Not as good
but I
as
don't
he
think
was.
he's like that uber top level.
Okay, that's fair.
Hence why I'd say he's overrated because people put him as that.
As
Whereas
a world class
yeah,
striker.
don't get,
But he's just a very good striker, not a
he,
world class.
he is very, very, very good, but he's
Okay.
maybe not. I think world class is given out too easily these days.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It's watered down.
Yeah.
It's definitely watered. Sam, what do you think?
I mean, the point that both of you alluded to is
Yeah.
100% true. Like, you can't improve that much between two clubs and it not have something to do with your coach or the training structure, right? Something
Yeah.
had to have happened at Inter that is not just him. Whether it's the strength and conditioning he was getting, whether it's the coaching he was getting, you cannot improve that much from one club to another without you having to give some credit to the club.
100%.
In this case, Inter. Like, what Lukaku can do holding the ball up is like...
Go on.
Is there four? Is there going to be a fourth?
I hope so.
Lukaku is like just... He's fast, he's strong, he can finish. And like, he couldn't... Like, there was a lot... He just couldn't hold the ball up with Man United. Like, they'd get it to his feet, he'd lose the ball. They'd put it in front, he wouldn't make it.
He
So
improved that dramatically.
clearly something happened at
Inter.
Inter that's not just him. I mean, he's a big part of it, obviously, but Conte or the coaching staff must have had something to do with it.
And
Also-
Conte was such a huge fan of it. He wanted him since
Conte
he was at
loved
Juve.
him, yeah.
Also,
They're boys.
with Lukaku at Inter, he came out and was saying, like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to stay," and then like a couple of weeks later, it was like, "Oh, I'm going to go." Obviously,
Yeah.
he says that, "Oh, I always want to go back to Chelsea, the club he supported, and whatever." All right, fine, maybe they were, or I mean, maybe that's the reason. But do you think it was also a reason, the same reason that Conte left, is in he gets told he has no money? All right, we're going to have to sell players, so he's like, "Oh, I'm not doing
That
it.
was
I'm
definitely
off."
the reason.
That Lukaku was
Yeah.
Lukaku was then also like, "Well, if all these guys are going, I'm going."
No, that was that. I mean, it was hard to blame Lukaku because at the end of the day,
They didn't get
they
paid.
said they weren't gonna sell. They said they weren't gonna sell their players, and they ended up had a selling one.
Juve-
And Juve goal.
Ooh,
Juve
85th
gets in the score
minute.
sheet. Kulusevski, it
85th
looks like,
minute.
gets one in the 86th.
Wow.
Wow.
Mate,
Another
can
great header.
Great stuff.
Marco heard it.
You can hear Marco.
I feel bad.
Marco's stream is delayed.
Yeah.
Go on,
Kulusevski gets a
Jaden.
goal.
Mate, this game's opened up now.
Yeah, this is what we like to see.
Look at that touch.
Hopefully Atalanta.
Playing
I
for
mean, he's
corners.
still got a corner somehow.
That's because he's rapid.
Good stuff by Juve. I thought the Russians were gonna hold them.
It's a
Oh
good-
my God! Bayern Munich up 3-0.
Not
What
surprised.
is
to be
going
honest.
on here?
Interesting. Look
Chelsea
at this.
up 4 goals. Wait,
this is
did
good
Lukaku,
ahead.
is Lukaku on the score sheet?
Oh, what a
It's a
flick.
great header.
That is a great flick.
Great header.
Look, Lukaku got subbed off. He didn't even score a goal. Their team scored 4 goals without him. So add this to another one. 7.
Against Malmo.
Yeah, he didn't-
Overrated, mate.
Did he assist?
Not even
not-
an assist.
Nah, then.
Sam trying to give him the benefit of the
Send
doubt.
him back to Inter.
Coming in and scoring against Arsenal in your debut doesn't mean anything. That's a given for
actually
most
true.
players.
Jorginho gets 2 goals, by the way, so send the Ballon d'Or to his house.
Yeah, exactly. First class stamp on that.
Wait, how many of the Bayerns was Lewandowski though?
Ooh.
Right, you
moment
gotta
of
you
truth.
gotta compare the
How
two.
many do you reckon? Out of the 3, how many?
Take a guess. Take a
One.
guess.
One.
I'll go 2.
Okay.
If they scored 3 without him, I will go.
The
home.
answer is 1, but he had an offside goal.
Oh, so
offside
one
goals
and
don't
one
count.
out.
so.
one. Yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
1. I was right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, who's got a better minutes per goal ratio for Bayern? Lewandowski,
Or the whole team.
Muller, or Choupo-Moting?
Cheaper Motown, I'm gonna guess, because why
Well,
else
he
would
comes
he
off
be?
the
Yeah, no,
bench.
it was a bit loaded, that one.
He
That's-
comes off the
that's-
bench.
that's
Mate,
tough.
He's got ridiculous.
Apparently,
I was gonna
apparently
say
Lukaku
Lewandowski.
came off with an injury, is what chat's saying.
Uh-oh.
So I hope he's okay.
Fantasy football team managers everywhere are taking
Oh,
him
come
out.
on. Come on.
No.
Come on, 3-3.
Come
Give us
on.
one. Give us one. Oh!
Lovely dummy from Ronaldo. Lovely dummy from
He knew
Ronaldo.
what he was doing.
Oh, get there. Yes, go on. Counter.
What was that?
Where's
Yes,
Eddie?
there we go.
Oh, ref.
Go on. No, it's
Get
good.
up!
Bro, what's
Go on,
Don't
Eddie.
do that in your own half, man. Come on.
Nice feet. Go on, get. Oh, Jesus. Come on, Eddie. Do that.
Corner.
Dogged defending
I
from
want
Eddie.
a 3-3. I want 3-3.
So do I.
Let's
no
go.
one wants that.
No one
4-2
wants that.
minimum.
Apparently Lukaku had a pen but could not take it due to injury. Jeez.
Sam, you were talking a little bit about stirring the pot in terms of the defense
Uh-oh.
in Serie A,
Fred's
right?
down.
So I got a little question here that I had to get from the Arsenal.
Yeah.
You see what I did there? Your club that you support and
Yeah. Go for it.
clever yank, right?
Clever
so-
for a yank, I think is the saying.
There we go.
Okay.
So for the Euro final, I know we said we're not going to bring it up, but there was 9 Serie A starters versus 10 Premier League starters for England. What does that say? Does that say anything, or that's just?
I think it says the strength of both leagues. Like, look, in my opinion, I said this, and look, for those of you who don't know, the way we know these, me and Nash play football with Marco.
Okay.
So these conversations happen a lot more than here today.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of conversations around the Euros because, you know, jokes aside, it was the 2 best teams in the tournament playing in the final, which is what it should be.
For sure.
Right?
100%.
And, you know, I was still very proud of what England achieved.
100%. They did
So-
amazing. Young players,
Yeah,
too.
young
Yeah,
team.
100%.
So all jokes aside,
Yeah.
I have no, you know, I would have loved us to win it, but I'm very proud of what England achieved
Mm-hmm.
and why I'm supporting people like Rashford and Shaw and Maguire in a game like this, because they put their hearts on their sleeves over the summer. So the 2 best teams made the finals,
Mm-hmm.
and I genuinely think it says a lot that both teams were dominated by their domestic leagues.
Okay.
Come on.
And now you know how I feel like people make the Prem so much more of a higher standard. I think most people think than the Serie A in terms of
No,
quality.
I'd say that's the average thought. Oh, yes, I would agree. Most people would think that.
The gap maybe would be closer than more people would think in terms of the 2 leagues.
I would say no. It's a good question.
Yeah. Just pick our brains. Here, you know?
I would it would be determined by how you define what a good league is, right? Like I would say, I don't know this, by the way, so this is more a question.
Yeah,
I
of
wonder
course.
how many clubs were represented on both teams. Right,
Okay.
of the 10 players on
Yeah.
our side, how many clubs? And of the 9 players in Italy, how many clubs?
That's a fair
Like
question.
we had one of our best players plays for Leeds, right? A mid-table
The
team.
Yorkshire Pirlo.
The Yorkshire Pirlo,
Calvin
as we love to
Phillips.
dub him. He was one of our best players in the tournament.
We
So
love to dub him.
it was interesting to see that that our play. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased, but I'd
Okay.
love to do the stats of how many clubs were represented.
Okay.
Because for me, if you're asking what is a more competitive league, then for me the Premier League is the most competitive league in the world.
Okay.
Anyone could, like, we have 4 teams that could win it this year. We have 10 teams that could get to the Champions League next year, right? I just think it's really interesting and exciting.
Okay.
If you're defining a Premier League by the best players in the world and where they play, okay. If you're defining the best league by the league that has the best team in the world, that's something different. There's so many ways to define it. So, look, the big thing is, for a long time, I thought La Liga was ahead of Serie A. That has changed over the last few years, in my opinion. And like Serie A is ahead of La Liga in terms of competitiveness, in terms of quality of football. I think the La Liga's really struggled, and it doesn't help that the top 2 clubs have had such financial irregularities that it's affecting the sport so much. So I definitely think Serie A is the second best league in Europe. But I personally still think it's.
Okay, no,
I still think it's the
totally
Premier
fair.
League.
No,
I
no,
still
you
think it's the
definitely
Premier
brought up
League.
some good points.
The only fair way to do it
Yeah.
is for one season only, disband all the leagues.
And make a Super League.
We come together as
Let's
one
make a
European
Super League.
Super League where we have all the teams, and whoever has the most teams higher up the table at the end is the best league. And then we disband that and we go back to everyone's leagues. And then we know. And then we know.
Let's
We
do
do
a
it.
Super League for like
And
one
we do it,
season.
and we do it every 10 years like a census, so we can like update
good.
who's the best.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can make
interesting.
arguments either way. You can
Yeah.
be like Lukaku made it, like Lukaku was easily a great player in Serie A, but now struggling in the Premier League.
Yeah,
and you can
of
find
course.
people the other way around.
100%,
Sancho,
100%.
you can find people the other way around. So there's a million arguments. I just think I'm thankful as an English football fan to be watching such a competitive league right now. It's just especially because Arsenal are trash. Like I don't have much going for me.
It's
so
more of a neutral of you watching. Okay,
I haven't
get
got much
that.
going
I
for me from a
respect that.
personal level, so at least I'm watching the best football in the world right now.
I got you. And you guys, we all know you guys are Prem heads first, right? But in the 90s, I think it's safe to say Serie A ruled, right?
Yeah.
When
Yes,
you
for
guys
sure.
watched them, when you watched Serie A, you obviously watched it when it was, in the glory days.
Yeah.
What attracted you towards them? What made you seem like, oh, the magic over here?
It was everything. It was world-class finishing. It was beautiful football. It was strong defending, right? The Serie A in the 90s was one of the few leagues that had everything, right? You had world-class midfielders tearing it up and controlling a game. You had strikers that were just clinical, and then you had the greatest players of all time like Maldini. And then personally, I'm a goalkeeper and grew up and played college at goalkeeper. Buffon was my hero. Right,
But even Peruzzi and a few of them, like Toldo, were like amazing goalkeepers. You obviously like Italy, whether the reputation is still there now, I don't know, for like being world-class defenders. Like you think back, obviously you mentioned like Maldini, like Cannavaro, Costa Curta, Nesta, like, and you probably even like go back further into the 90s for different players. Like I don't know how long ago like Baresi was he more 80s maybe?
Yeah.
Early 90s, like
90s,
and then you have like the best players like Inzaghi's and that, like Del Piero. A couple of like friends used to live down the same road. Like Americans, they live back now in New Jersey, and they were like big Juventus fans. And like Del Piero especially was like one of their favorite players. And like those sort of players, and like seeing like just highlights obviously at the time, you didn't have the ease of access to watching stuff back then as you do now.
Of course.
But like seeing them highlights, there was a show on
the
Channel
cafe.
4, the Golazo show.
The Golazo show was
and it
so
would be
good.
like Golazo. It was like amazing.
And it was just beautiful football.
Yeah.
It was such a good era. It was like, and meanwhile in England, we weren't playing beautiful football at all. Like England was dominated by Route 1 football, and like aggression was what won, and like physical. So in England, we had a very different type of football at the time, and it was like worlds apart.
The thing for England though is like obviously the start of the 90s when like the birth of the Premier League is that it changed the structure of how clubs like had the revenue and the TV deals that came in. So over time, that's all added up, and United and Arsenal were so competitive and successful throughout that period. But then for whatever reason, the league management as it is now, even with La Liga in like Spain, for some reason there's just not the same like level playing field as how like TV money will be distributed and things like that. So if anything, it's just the Premier League just overtook them from like a organizational standpoint. And it may be the case now that Serie A and that are getting better, but they now have such a big gap financially to catch up.
I'm
It makes it. Oh dear!
I was watching it above as well because it's
Jesus.
ahead. It's confused the hell out of me.
That's got to be it. Come on, ref. 35 seconds over the 4 minutes here.
It's Fergie time.
Okay.
Fergie time. Oh. Hit that.
Yes. Ref.
But it seems like the Juve game is also finished. Ended up getting the win.
Yes.
And Man United got a huge comeback win
Well,
from 2-0 down.
That's crazy.
That is, I did not
Unbelievable.
expect that. I did not expect them to score 3 goals, to be honest.
I've just realised the two screens are in different times there.
Yeah.
I have a couple of seconds behind on this one.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I was watching the
All
one
right,
up
yeah, I was
top.
like, that's great, mate.
Man, are you surprised at all? When you're down 2-0, where you're like,
Second
It's
half,
classic Man U.
If United go behind in the second half, then it's a different story because there's no like management to get back in at them, like no game management, I should say.
I mean, I'll give it to you. You said this.
Lo-
You
losing
literally
at-
said.
losing at half-time.
He said.
No, he
We'll
never.
go in, we're down
He said
at
like it was a
half-time.
script, which was a
You
little
literally
thin.
said
Stuff in
it.
the
You
future
said
will be-
exactly
No,
this
it
would
is, mate.
happen.
It's happened so many times, like even last year, like
So you're just numb
They
by
just
it. You
lo-
already know. It's like,
Yeah.
we'll concede 1 or 2 in the first. And
Yeah.
I'll come
If-
back in the second half.
if United go behind in the second half, that's concerning because they don't have the same ability. But
Wow.
look how like smug he is, and good on him to be honest. Like the amount of like
Survived
the
another
amount of
week.
negative the amount of negative comments he's been getting, like even like the lack of faith from me in him as an overall manager doesn't change.
Yeah.
But you've got to be pleased for him that they like keep having these comeback victories.
Wow.
A win's a
Ronaldo's
win.
such a
Hard
big
to
part.
watch.
Ronaldo lives for these comebacks,
Oh, yeah,
man.
look
Oh
at
my
him.
god. He
Well-
always has to score the winning. How many winning goals do we think Ronaldo has?
Too many.
He has to have. He's got to be the.
Oh, pitch invader in the background.
Wait.
Go on, mate. You
Come
got
in-
this.
come
You
in
got
and
this.
get a
He's
selfie.
gonna hit him.
Come
He's
in
gonna
and
hit
get a
Ronaldo. Oh.
Oh, you
Oh,
almost got there.
that's the most entertainment we've had all day.
CBS, thanks for showing that.
I know.
Wow, he grabbed the shirt, but Ronaldo didn't.
Evaded
didn't get-
again.
Wow, Ronaldo must be the only player in history with the most winning goals. I think that's safe to say.
Yeah, maybe.
Right?
Well, it's got to be
If
him
I
or
had to put
Messi
my-
just because of the amount of goals,
That's true,
like,
that's
sheer
true.
volume that they've scored.
I just feel like Ronaldo
But yeah,
always gets to the end of
Ronaldo,
those.
big game player as well in the sense
Oh,
of like
absolutely.
always popping up in the last minutes.
I
or
love
something.
seeing the green and yellow scarves
Yeah.
all over there.
Man, I'm bitter.
Oh.
Atalanta were up 2 goals, man.
Also, quick one for you.
Yeah,
We obviously talked about the fact Ronaldo went to the Premier League from Juve.
that's true.
Will Pogba, at the end of the year, if he's out of contract, go back to Juve?
Oh, good question.
He always said he loves Juve.
Yeah.
It's not like he ever burned any bridges. The Juve fans love him. He loves Torino. That would be incredible. He made his name at the end of the day in Juve. He made himself into the player.
Yeah.
And he was bought for peanuts, and then you guys bought him for 100 million.
Yeah.
which
Good
was
business.
crazy.
Good
Great
business for
by
Juve. Good
But-
business.
I don't know. It's hard because right now Man United are really building an empire. It seems like.
But I would have thought if he, not to say he doesn't want to stay, obviously
Yeah.
it's going to be a question of money, especially with Mino Raiola.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's getting like late in the day now where Juve, Real, Barca, PSG, whoever can get him for free. And then United have the embarrassment of losing him for free twice and having paid £89 million for him.
Yeah. I don't think Juve would be the kind of club though that would be spending that kind of money if he doesn't go on a free or a very
Yeah.
cheaper price. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's not. They're not. Juve aren't gonna be the ones spending 70, 80, or 90 million for him.
Yeah.
You know. At least that's not.
I don't
how
think any
see it.
European club really, given the financial issues they've all
That's
had,
true. Yeah, you're
would
right.
spend it with the transfer fee. Maybe
Well,
bar PSG.
maybe Newcastle.
Maybe he'll go to Newcastle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Newcastle,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's crazy because when Ronaldo was going somewhere and Messi was going somewhere, we only talked about 2 clubs.
Yeah.
We talked about PSG and Man City.
Yeah.
Because everyone was like, they're the only clubs that can afford Messi. And it's crazy to think this time next year with the next big name player, we're going to be like Man City, PSG, or Newcastle. Right? That's literally what we're going to be saying next year because they're going to be able to
Crazy.
afford any salary for any player.
No, you definitely have a point, and I do feel like that kind of hinders football in the long run. In terms of it's harder to compete for the mid-table and the
Yes.
smaller. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's making it such a
Oh, watch
very
this header
tough.
again, though.
Oh my
Slowden. Oh. They played that Demiral header so many times that you're going to get this Ronaldo header
Yeah, at least
shoved down your
It's only
throats.
fair, I guess, right?
He didn't celebrate his way, though. I'm disappointed.
He didn't make everyone jealous about his six-pack either.
But I also have a hypothetical question that I've been asking many of our guests, and it's been very split down the middle.
Okay.
So I'm not saying I agree with it or not, but I'm just throwing it out there. Don't shoot it down immediately. Just let it marinate in your brains
Yeah.
and let me know what you think. So the penalty rule, we all know what the penalty rule is. You get a penalty, whoever it is, and you give it to your best taker, and they shoot it. Most of the time it goes in. What about if, say, Maguire gets fouled, he takes the penalty?
The basketball rule, essentially.
basketball rule.
I mean,
Sounds like, I don't know. It makes it more exciting. Before you speak,
Oh
it makes
my
it more exciting.
It-
It's going to be harder for them to score because at the end of the day, penalties are most likely going to go in, right? So now what if you
Hope
make the
so.
person that gets fouled take it? It's gonna be,
but then all you're doing is encouraging people to foul more and foul certain people. So like the problem with
well, it's still pretty likely he's gonna go in.
No,
it's not like it's
well, yes and no. Like the NBA, right? And I worked at the NBA for like 7 years, so I've seen a lot of games. Yeah. They used to just, it was hack a Shaq.
Like the Greek freak, they foul the Greek freak.
You'd foul Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, and now the Greek freak can shoot because he put it in his locker.
Exactly.
It encouraged him, like, so there's pros and cons. For the Greek freak, it forced him to become a better free throw shooter. For like Shaq, though, he never did.
Yeah, exactly.
So they just fouled him and fouled him and fouled him. So all you're going to do is, you're like, if there's a terrible player on the team and he's one-on-one, you're just going to hack him down because it's like, who cares? It's a center back. They can't finish. Or he's English. They don't know how to take penalties. You know, that's like, it's going to be one of those things. So I'm worried. I think, yes, it would make it more exciting, but I'm very worried about how it would encourage defenders to defend. They would be more likely to commit fouls against bad players.
But isn't a penalty easier to score than a one-on-one? I would think. No? There's more pressure. Someone might be on you. The goalkeeper's closing the space. A penalty is like, I pick a side. If it goes in, it goes in. If
there's probably a lot of factors. I mean, I think you're still going to get a high proportion of the players being attacking players anyway. Like, you know, say for Man United,
that's true.
Rashford, Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes are probably in the box more than any other player.
Yeah,
and therefore, it's likely going to be one of them three that takes it anyway. But does it really need to change? Do you need to change the rule to that?
It doesn't need to.
Does it make it better?
You also don't, there's a lot of things that they've implemented trying stuff out.
Well, Wenger was talking about all his sort of changes or potential ones for FIFA and whatever, and it's just like, you can't necessarily shoot them down initially. Like, I think you do need to like give good thought to them.
Yeah.
But then where do you sort of stop with changing certain rules? Because like, if you change it to the NBA style, like, do you all of a sudden start inviting other changes similar to other sport, like with like the way maybe the clock runs or other things like this? And I don't know. I think football, I'm not saying it shouldn't ever change at times. Like, I think you obviously always want to develop it to be the best product it can possibly be. Yeah. But I think that something like that's probably a bit unnecessary, really.
You have to propose 10 to 15 changes for the one that matter to get through.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna. The thing with the Wenger thing, and people like, take the mick out of this a lot because he suggests really random things. Like, he suggests like no throw-ins. You place it and you kick it. Right?
Wow. Okay.
That was one of the things he suggested, which would make it a much quicker game. It suddenly becomes like 5-a-side, right?
For sure. Yeah.
So I understand why he's doing it, but the one thing I'd say is the thing I respect about American sports is they're so young that they are so keen to keep improving their sport.
Okay.
Like basketball, football. Not baseball. Baseball's a rarity.
It's a pastime.
But they all change their rules regularly to try and keep it relevant
with
and
the
young.
times. Yeah, 100%.
Soccer is like, or football as we would say.
Soccer. Who says that?
I know. I was trying to translate for Americans. Football for us is so old that we're so nostalgic and romantic about it. But actually, I don't mind these. And you know where they implement it? They implement it at like the under 18 Euros.
Yeah.
And like
to
they
test
let it
out.
and I'm okay with that. I'm okay putting 10 to 15 ideas through those systems as long as it doesn't affect the development of the players too much, because you will get like one great idea.
For sure.
And that's the idea we need, because you can't just play this sport for the next 200 years exactly the way we played it.
Definitely not.
I mean, you even think over the last couple of years, like goal kicks have changed, that you now can have the defenders in the box, and it's like made good teams that say who have like a progressive style of football more able to play out from the back, because you're not waiting for the ball to leave the box, be under pressure from the attacker before you can like start playing out. Even with the kickoffs, like one player now just kicks it back. Like,
that's right.
Those are like changes
Good
are fine.
changes.
Yeah, exactly. They are good changes, which I think like maybe help the flow. Not the flow from kickoffs, but like they help you be able to put players in different positions and whatever, and like a better base of which to play from. I don't think there's anything against the penalty idea. If anything, go back to the old US way of doing penalties. Dribble it from the halfway line.
That's pretty great.
MLS.
That's an insane
pick
kind of
a player,
penalty.
go from the halfway.
But my point is like, if you just suggest that one change, one person, you're allowed to kick it back from the kickoff. In isolation, you're just judging that. Yeah. If you put 10 changes in, and some of them are terrible and some of them good, I'm just saying, like for like next to other changes, it makes you appreciate the ones that actually improve the game.
I get what you're saying.
That's all.
So next time you have guests on, have more examples.
And then just get rid of them.
And see which one it is.
And see which sticks,
yeah,
right?
Which one picks.
Exactly.
That could be interesting.
And then one of them will be like, oh, that one doesn't sound as stupid compared to the penalty one.
Actually,
say the worst ones first,
it.
right? Be like,
Yeah.
maybe it is better than we think overall.
it's probably one of them changes that realistically you could do without too much disruption. If there's a wider range of alternatives, but at the same time, I don't know. Does it really need to change?
Okay.
I mean, I like the idea of getting rid of throw-ins.
Ooh.
Yeah, I actually really like that to
Really?
speed because I mean,
But can you like
launch
into
it?
the
Is
box?
it
Can you
basically a
cross it?
corner?
Yeah, what was Stoke do
No,
on
yeah.
Rory the lap days?
They just replace him with someone who can kick it.
Yeah,
up.
how would they
I don't
figure
know.
that out?
I don't like. Honestly, this isn't beyond like. I just saw that as one of the
Okay.
things that they recommended. The other thing was like, didn't he recommend like a rolling sub? Like one of the recommendations was like a sub that came off can come back on, which I don't like as
like
much.
basketball?
Like basketball, which I thought.
That's a little too.
Yeah, I
think
don't like
yeah,
it. I'm
that's-
just saying. I think
that's
that was
out
one
there,
they were
that's
looking
way out
at.
there. Whoa.
Yeah, there were a few.
That wouldn't work.
I actually saw a thing the other day
Yeah.
whilst scrolling through social media and whatever that was about changing corners, right?
To what?
So I'll tell you. Don't you worry.
I'm excited.
You settle down.
Edge of his seat.
Have another hobnob.
Have a hobnob.
Tell me. Hobnob.
So it was saying about how when you have say if you're in the 90th minute and you get a corner, the crowd get really, really excited because you've got an attacking moment
Of
here
course.
to try and get back into a game.
Yeah.
But apparently the actual percentage chances that are converted from a corner is actually really, really low. Like if you take like corners throughout a season, apparently it's only like maybe 3 or 4% of corners end up with a goal, right? And it was saying like the reason the corners are so difficult is one because you're taking from almost the angle, like you're on the touchline basically.
Yeah.
You have that little like sort of quadrant in the corner. It's so small that the goalkeeper, the defenders are all bunched together. You've got to have like the perfect ball in to be able to benefit from it.
Okay.
Right? So it almost favours the defence. So it was saying, could you enlarge the quadrant?
The quadrant.
Yeah. So the quadrant apparently is like 1 foot or 1 yard or something.
So more in favor of the attackers.
So could you make it bigger? So like say 10 feet, and then you can you're doing feet yards maybe, and you can then place the ball anywhere in that. So if you actually place it at maybe the top, you're now a bit further out, and the defense might want to push up to not be sitting on their goalkeeper because you've got a better angle. To
I like
put it
that.
in.
I like that a lot because also the other problem with corners is you're always outnumbered because
That's
you
true.
lose one player to take the corner and you have to have one extra player back. You can't have one-on-ones on counterattacks, so you have to have an extra player back. So you're already 2 men short, which is normally the 2 men on the post. So you're also outnumbered as an attacking team, which reduces the odds. So I like that.
So now you're saying given more benefit and
To the
probability
attacking team.
to the attacking team.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it gives you like more variation of what you can do because you have a different angle which you can put the ball in, and it also has to
And
make
where
the
it
defense
places
think
it.
about how deep they can be. You might like
Interesting.
have the old corridor of uncertainty open up. That if you have like a left footer, you can whip it in.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Wow,
no, it's
okay.
actually I normally like
We're
dismiss
having
them
some
things.
great points over here. I
Hey,
mean,
we're
there's something definitely
the-
to take part
Hope,
of.
Hope Wenger's listening and he can next FIFA meeting.
I'll text
get
him.
in out
I'll,
of it.
I'll text him.
But
Me
guys,
and him are boys.
before we go, I do want to say one more point that I want to say. I know I'm taking up a lot of you guys' time, but I think a lot.
This
The
is
chat's going
fun.
crazy.
Yeah,
I think
it's
it's fun. I think we're
Mate,
bouncing
we'll
off
we'll
fun
just keep
ideas.
going.
We're here as long as you need us.
Yeah.
You got another pizza coming? Because
We'll order one right now.
We'll get another cup of tea on the go.
But lately, there's been. I don't know if I'm sure you guys heard talking about the World Cup and when it should be played
Oh my
in
God.
intervals. We all know it's
No.
4 years. Now they're saying potentially change it to half that, to every 2 years instead.
No.
No.
Go.
No.
Why?
Right. A couple of
Oh
reasons.
boy.
One,
Yeah.
like by making it every 2 years, you already have the intermittency of like the World Cup, 2 years later the Euros,
Okay.
and other competitions. So you're then going to have to change the Euros to equally be every maybe 2 years in between that.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with the fact you want to have a big break in a season to just do international qualifying. International breaks are the worst part of the season. Nobody cares. The same teams on the most part are always going to qualify. But also, if you change the World Cup to be every 2 years, you're also impacting other sports. Like you think about the Olympics, you think about like women's football and other various things. And you're actually then going to be on a year like rugby, say, not as big for America, obviously, but played in a lot around the world. And like, you're then impacting on breaks in the summer where other sports would usually have their events. So even from a more holistic, like all-encompassing view, I think it's actually negative for sport in general, not just football or soccer. But yeah, I think it'd be overkill for the World Cup, makes it less special, and impacts other sports.
That makes it less special. What? Because it's more frequent.
Yeah.
But the Champions League is every year, and you
man.
all watch it though.
Yeah,
What's
but it's always been that's like a club competition, so you have to have a club competition go with a club season.
But we can always make this a thing where it's every 2 years now. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No.
I'm not annoyed at you.
I'm gonna
I hate you, man.
See you outside in a minute, man.
there is something that
Congrats on the win, Marco. Unfortunately, these guys won over here.
You liked it.
there is something glorious about the World Cup, about the Olympics, because it's a 4-year plan to get there. And that is what I don't want to lose.
But you watch the Champions League every year.
Because let the man finish. You're comparing two completely different things. Italy's road to this Euros started years ago. It didn't start 2 years ago with the World Cup. And as a football fan, and I mean a real football fan, I don't mean watching games and celebrating. I mean following the youth players, following England's future. Okay. I am more excited now for a World Cup in 2 years because of what we just achieved. Right? And it's like, it's growth. We have a young team that's been building and building. If you change it for 2 years' time, there's no incentive to grow youth anymore. There's no incentive to build to the future. I would happily lose the Euros. Anyone would. An Italian would say the same thing. I would happily lose the Euros to win the World Cup. Everyone would. So you build, if you can build, if you win both, like you guys did, cool. And Spain and whatever. But my point is like, you lose, like Olympics is another perfect example. These people dedicate 4 years of their life to reach a pinnacle at this point. Mm-hmm. You just lose. We have the Champions League every year. We have this stupid Nations League, right?
We have the Conference League.
We have enough of this rubbish that just keep one thing that is the pinnacle of football in the world. That's all I'm asking for. I just want one thing that is the most important thing for any football fan alive, and that's the World Cup.
You get you almost shed a tear over there, boss.
And the thing,
it's true. And have you been to World Cup games?
I have
not. I'm very fortunate. I've been to 3. It is, if you're an England fan, well, he's Greek. He's Greek. He never gets to go. Dude, there is nothing like a World Cup game.
Wait, Greece won the Euro. England never won the Euro. I just want to
say. Oh my days. I'm just saying. I think I get what people are saying, but the people who are saying it, the people that, and that's the other thing. I always say, if there's a debate going on, just see who's pushing the debate. The people that are pushing the debate, the people who are just going to get richer by doing it every 2 years.
No, 100%. There's always something.
Yeah, who just want to see it more often. And I'm like, nah, I'm okay with the Euros and then the World Cup, and then the Euros and then the World Cup.
No, I definitely get. I was playing devil's advocate.
I know.
But I definitely agree.
I
definitely agree. I definitely agree with the 4 years because at the end of the day, I feel like that wait is what really makes it so special.
Yeah.
Like if you get that every 2 years or something, like it's not gonna feel as the World Cup's there.
Everyone
stops what they're doing.
I want players playing as if it's their last World Cup.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I don't want players thinking I can do this again in 2 years.
You're right.
I want them to play thinking I'm in my prime.
Do or die.
This is it. Because you don't do in the Champions League, you're like, I'll get my paycheck next week. I'll go win a league. I'll go win a cup. I'll do it next year. I'll move to another club.
You have a point.
You're Ronaldo. You're Portuguese, and it's like the golden generation of Portugal. This is the opportunity, and you just put so much more into it than you would in the Champions League.
Also, from a point of view of how people like look at sport these days, like particularly fans, when you're like everything's so stat based, like who's better, Messi, Ronaldo, who scored the more goals, this, whatever.
Yeah.
If all of a sudden we change to World Cups every 2 years and say like France are really successful, and at the end of it Mbappe has 8 World Cups or something, and then they're like,
it's the greatest player of all time.
In 100 years you're like, who's better, Pele or Mbappe? And like, well, Pele only won 5 World Cups. It's like, all right, mate.
No, definitely have a point there. You have more chances to win something. And that's what makes the World Cup so special. Do it every 4 years, you know? There's only so many a player could play.
Yeah, it's the most important thing I look forward to it, man. Like, absolutely. I mean, maybe not the next one for other reasons, but like, it's like 4 years. As fans, we don't get that many in our lives, right?
And it's the biggest sporting event ever. Everyone stops what they're doing, regardless if you like the sport or not.
It's huge.
Which is amazing. First of all, guys, thank you for being on. Second of all, I'm pissed that Atalanta crumbled.
Wash your mouth out.
Crumbled.
Language on here.
Crumbled.
Mate, that was a great game, though. I told you, second half.
Neutral.
It was a good game for you guys.
It was a good
second half.
It was a good second half. It was a good game.
Atalanta played good first half, But
They just took their foot off the pedal, man. What are they like?
Oh, man.
Why
I don't
do
I don't
teams
wanna
do
see these
this?
highlights again.
Oh, mate, that was a great finish by Slabhead, though.
But we were busting each other's chops a lot of banter, a lot of great. I think there was a lot of great talking points.
Oh,
overall.
great talking points. You got a good set of questions on there.
Definitely some great content. Everyone's loving it in the comments.
Yeah, and a great finish, bottom corner.
Guess who
man.
got the winner?
A lot of people were knocking you guys because you guys are English, but it seems like a lot of people are on your side now.
Oh,
They're like,
good.
oh, I actually listened to them. They are kind of knowledgeable.
It's,
Oh,
that's,
So
geez,
it's
I don't
like
mind.
You guys won
Over.
over the fans.
Thanks.
I don't mind. It's a bit of banter. We're here for that. Try playing. I'm a goalkeeper playing behind an Italian centre back once a week. Try doing that in the summer with the Euros going on. So we're used to it.
But guys, thank you so much for coming on. Maybe in the future too. I think this was a success. Maybe in the second leg. the return leg.
There'll be a return match.
Absolutely. But it was a pleasure having you guys on.
Just having us.
Do we think Man U are gonna do anything in the second? We can see a return.
Oh, mate. This is what you get with United. It's so, like I say, Jekyll and Hyde.
Okay.
They're not going to win anything this year.
Okay.
But, you know, we've got Ronaldo, so you never know.
That's true. And maybe we'll see if Ola will be the coach for the second leg also.
Oh, yeah, no, he'll be there, mate. They're not getting rid of him. They're not getting rid of him this year.
For sure. Guys, as you guys would say, cheers, right?
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Toodle pip.
And until next time. Guys, thanks for everyone joining in. And we'll see you guys in the next live stream. Ciao, guys.
Ciao.
Ciao,
Ciao.
chat.